Let me see if I get it started back again. Chat, can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, chat, if you can hear me. We have Jazz on the line. Yes, we good? Are we good? Jazz, we here. First and foremost, you are the 2022 Woty Wampian phrased by you. Woman of the Year. How you feeling?
Ooh, this is big bag in this shit.
What are we
What are we
doing?
doing? That's what I'm trying to find out. What are we doing?
Shit, you the champion. Who the champion? Jazz the champion. First place. Hold on, before I keep let you talking. For this year, we supposed to have a graphic with the percentage by everybody's name. It was 12.5 for every person that voted on the panel. Then I think the rest went to the people that for the survey votes. Jazz, you got 100%. So not only did you get the fans' votes, but the entire panel went to you. So there was no need for no graphic this year because you got it 100% of everything, basically.
That is amazing.
You got 100%. It's crazy out here. You hear me?
Yeah, nah, that's it's amazing. It is fire. I do think that I didn't think that I would be I didn't think that it would be a unanimous decision with the panelists. I thought that it would be some people that, didn't have me as number one. But the fact that it was unanimous, it kind of just, just confirmed even more, like, I like me feeling like I deserved it. It confirmed it even more. And then the accessory awards was really fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a clean sweep. I feel like it got to be a word for this. Like, you know how they have the EGOT? Like, it got to be, like, PRBB, like, yeah. Performance round battle body. Like, what are we doing? Like, yeah. I don't know. You tell me. It's your award.
It's actually not. It's your award. Your name is over everything. You might as well switch it to Jazz the Rapper Award. Like, literally, every award, body bag. And the thing about it too, it's not just people actually feel like that. I think your battle versus Vixen, it really puts you in that stratosphere. Oh, she could win a round of the year. She could win battle of the year. You know what I'm saying? Because you was in a funeral battle. Like, that's like, so I feel like this is all legit. If you ask one of your favorite analysts or whatever, a random fan, yo, who did you have as body of the year? I don't work through in the tower versus you versus Shice Ross. Like, all this stuff it makes sense. It's not like, oh, we're happy for it. It literally, every award somewhat makes sense, basically.
Yeah, thank you. I do think that too. Of course, there are obviously other bodies. There are other great battles. There are other great performances. But I just think as far as if you have to give the award to somebody, fair and square, I do feel like I deserved it. I definitely feel like it last year for me was just a big year. Just down to the resume, to how often I was battling, with the 2-2-on-2s a day apart. And then, the big homecoming card with Vixen and then the body with Shice. Like, I just think all of the components of my last year just made up for Woman of the Year. Like, it's not like I had one great performance and then that was it. Like, my year wasn't just made up of one thing. I kind of touched all ceilings that is necessary to have a great year. And then, like I said, the resume, I have a 3 times Cody on my resume. I have the first Woty on my resume. So that is kind of heavy. The first female 2-on-2 ever, Farron Shuni. So it was a lot for my last year, and I just feel really good. I feel really proud, and it just felt good to watch the panelists just debate everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that job is really fucking hard. Like,
listen, you get one name wrong, it's up. God forbid too.
Yeah, like that's a lot. So, commend them for doing that. Commend them for taking the time out to watch all of those fucking battles. They probably have to watch like 70, 80 battles for real. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time in your life to dedicate. Because my battles alone be an hour minimum.
Yeah. So, I was there.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I already know the time and dedication for it. So yeah, salute to them. Obviously, thank you to the fans, because those awards, the accessory awards, were fan voted.
Yep.
You guys have been supporting me throughout last last year and throughout my whole career. Like, I've even gained new fans. You know, I've had many people since last year say, damn, I was never really a fan of you, or I never believed the hype, or you didn't battle enough, but now, like, I have nothing to say to you. So, you know, it just all feels good, like this work wasn't done in vain. I'm getting the acknowledgement and the appreciation that I've always felt I deserved and didn't necessarily get from most people in the culture, but now I can literally feel the difference. Like, I can feel the
Yeah.
appreciation and the love that I'm getting now compared to when I wasn't outside so much. So yeah, man, it really, like, I was all smiles, man, but just watching everybody, uh, give me my flowers. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
when you do things or you have a certain career, especially if you're a battle rapper, you like for people to give you your flowers. So once they got to discussing number one and number two, and they just had to compare the 2 years, and they just all had me number one. It was just like, wow, like, I'm really about to win Woty, like 2022 Woty.
Yeah, congratulations. I honestly, I wanted you to sweat a little bit. You know what I mean? Again, I thought the panel was gonna be like 3 and 4 or whatever. 3 people pick Hustle and the rest picked you, and the fan vote picked you. So I DM'd you a sad face, just so you could just you could think it's not gonna work or you're not gonna win or
Oh,
something like that.
I wasn't even on
Yeah.
Twitter. I legit was just watching the stream on my laptop. Like, I wasn't really checking nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I had, like, got on my phone for literally like 5 or 10 minutes, and y'all went, not y'all, but they went from 10 to number 4 in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I said,
they went through that pretty
damn.
fast.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they got there quick. It ain't nothing to discuss no more. Like, so yeah, like, it definitely feels amazing. I really don't even know what more to say. Like, it just feels really, really good. It feels really, really good.
Pardon me.
Really, really.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta save it for the ceremony. I mean, this is just a quick, just check on you, how you feeling, whatever, and we gotta situate the bread. I think you won damn near every award, which makes it a little confusing for the battle of the year because that's 4 people now. So
Yeah,
now I gotta
it is
pay
working. Shout
official.
out to Pepper and Shuni, man. Like, but, like, and I just want to give a separate, shout out to that one, to that battle, because it's crazy because that battle was so close to not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of just said, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. And then I said, wait, official, yeah, I'm not going to do it. And then I texted her like 5 minutes later, like, hold on. You know what? I'm going to just do it.
Yeah.
And I changed my mind because I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm going to just challenge myself, and not necessarily do things that might, not necessarily do things that I know is just going to catapult me, but let me just put on for my favorite city in the fucking world. You feel me? Official, you from
I
New
know.
Orleans. We got
Yeah.
an event. Like, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just do this. Put on like we can, because I wanted to do a Bardashian battle last year. I wanted to battle with Official again. Like, I know people wanted to see us again. And I feel like with Farrah and Shuni, they was kind of the only option as far as the women, because, we still want that smoke with Surf and Rock. But with the women, like, that was like the only option. So, I'm really happy that I made that happen. Shout out to Farrah and Shuni, because they did they fucking thing. Like, I legit was on the stage like damn, they're wild. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that battle was very important to me because I also think that battle taught me that I don't need 3 months to write.
Shit, you battle Loso in 24 hours, basically, in my mind.
I unlocked the new Jazz with that general battle. Unlocked the Jazz that can do things quicker than she thought she could. And, honestly, I feel like I won Woty off my last 4 months of the year. Because I only had Geechee in April. So,
yeah.
April, November, December, August, November, December, like, I won Woty off the last quarter of the year. Or last quarter of the year. So, it feels just really good.
Yeah. No, one thing before we exit, the Geechee battle was important too because I feel like the ladies were down. They kind of need. If you didn't win that battle, it'd have been another year where the ladies lost. It could y'all at least tied it. You know what I mean? And the men didn't really win, so that was a plus in my eyes.
Yeah, the Geechee battle was definitely big.
Mm-hmm.
Again, simply because that's Geechee Gotti, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as King versus Queens, we know what the point is. The point is man versus woman,
exactly.
And who's going to leave with the dub. And because it was 6 battles, I was able to tie it up. You know what I mean? Like I was just able to tie it and then we good. So yeah, that was big too. Like to get a win over Geechee on the caffeine votes, even though there's controversy with the votes, I still won. Because I feel like if it was the other way around, it wouldn't have been no controversy. Feel me?
I'm talking shit.
Yeah, I think every battle that I did last year was just very important. You know, me and Lou, that was the 2-on-2. Y'all didn't know y'all needed like that.
Yeah.
That was big. I learned how to have more fun. Like I'm saying, I learned how to just have a little more performance. So that helped. And then it's Shice. That was the Battle Academy. Philly's one of the meccas of battle rap. Like that was tough. I had to really prepare for that battle because I'm battling in a city that ain't gonna take no bullshit. And it was a month after Vixen, so it was like I was under the pressure to be just as good as I was versus Vixen. I can't be mediocre versus Shice Raw, and I just came off this stellar performance. So it was a lot of pressure on me in that battle as well. So yeah, this my whole last year was a damn roller coaster, but all in all, it ended on a great note because I am the Wimpian.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I owe you over 8 bands. If I'm not mistaken, I should owe you about 8,100 something. You basically won every damn award. So out of $8,500, you get over 8,000. That's crazy.
Run it. you know the name, bitches, big bag.
That's definitely a big bag right there.
Y'all didn't even know I was manifesting the big bag for Woty.
You said Hervante. Your name is Hervante Davis. I can't with you. I'm done with you, Jazz.
Kyrie Irving. You feel me? Like what are we doing?
Shout out to Saga in the chat. Do I come to LA or do you come to Philly?
I would rather you come to LA because I'm really tired of getting on airplanes.
I'll actually save money by you coming to LA because we flew Nitty out. We got him a hotel, we got him a flight and all that. So I'm actually not mad at that. I can get you the money ASAP, but the only problem we have here is the belt. I want you to have the custom belt immediately. That takes a month, but the money is immediate. So what I want to do, get you your bread immediately, but still let's do the ceremony in LA within, I'd say by end of the month, of next month. Okay. But the bread is immediate. We don't play with that. We don't want to hold anybody up for their vacations, whatever they do, how they want to celebrate. The bread is immediate, all right?
Listen, I'm going out tonight.
Hey, listen. Cash App has a certain way of doing things. So how do you want to break it up so you're safe on that side?
No, I can Zelle. You can Zelle me?
I can Zelle you, yeah. Whatever. You can request it. I'll give you. Yeah, I request it and I got you right away.
All right, and it's your phone number?
Yes, it is. If I'm not mistaken. I should see the request from you and you're good to go. So when you request it, screenshot it. So I don't know how niggas be crazy on the website, whatever, or internet. So and I got you right away.
All right, I'm gonna send it and then screenshot.
All right, and just save me a date. I think at the end of either the end what we in April, at the end of May or the beginning of June, between those weeks. I'm bringing the belt to you. Ceremony. I'm bringing your champion belt.
I thought the ceremony was like a week later.
I mean, we could do that, but I want to give you the belt too.
Oh, you don't have.
I don't have the belt.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
That's all.
Okay, that would make sense. All right. Well, yeah, I don't have anything planned, so I'm definitely.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Jazz the Rapper, congratulations once more. I thank you. I'm very happy for you. I think we have a good rapport from at least 2013, so I'm proud of you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very proud of you. Very happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you to you for even creating this. Thank you for the Woty panelists.
Thank you.
Thank you for the fans, and thank you to my haters as well. You feel?
That crown is heavy. Heavy is the head that wear that crown. You hear me? Good luck.
Heavy is the motherfucking head.
Good luck.
Feel me?
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Bless. That's Jazz Rapper, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go back to the spaces. So if you're here, don't worry. We got you with the spaces. They probably still arguing, and they're gonna be arguing for a while. So let's get back to that. Yeah, me. Let's see what they saying now.
I feel where I was ranked was I was pleasantly
Oh, it's on Yoshi.
surprised. I feel as though when I'm looking at the other people, I definitely feel like I had a better year than at least the three people beneath me. So I feel good about that. I do feel like, and I know we're only talking about ourselves, but I do feel like
No,
I
if you feel like you want to advocate for somebody and you want to
no,
speak up
this is
for
what I'm gonna
somebody,
say.
like that's
I do
100%
feel like
fine.
Shuni should have been higher on the list. Now, arguably, depending on what those records are as far as the one rounders and stuff, I feel like we'd argue whether or not our year was better. I do feel like there's no way she should be that far back. I feel like I do have a decent argument as far as um, I battled 6 times last year, so it's not as much, but I feel like I'm 4-2. You know what I mean? 2 of those battles were extremely impactful. Me and QB on Chrome, I got body of the night. You know what I mean? And then me and Ill Will's arguably one of the, arguably it was in place for, right? Second runner up or something like that for Battle of the Year, right? Or something like that. So I feel like those two in itself, I feel like those respectfully trump your battles that you had last year. Now you put in more work than me, so it would come down to how they judged your battles on a win-loss scale or whatever. Because I got those 2 impactful battles. I battled Dre Dennison, beat him, beat Chirac too. Those battles obviously probably don't hold as much weight. And then I got 2 clear losses or whatever. So I feel like,
And you know what's crazy? They were saying that the Chirac battle was debatable.
I don't feel like that, but
No, I said it was a clear win. I have it down as a clear win. I said she fought back. She did fight. And that's why I gave her a lot of credit because she kept up. You know what I'm saying? But it's still levels and still levels.
My fault, Lo. When I said they, I meant the fans.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Yeah, and I feel like I don't. Yeah, and I'm not like a delusional person. I feel the same way. I feel like she did good. I don't feel like I bodied her, but I feel like I won the battle, and I feel like it was like 41. When I mean clear is like, but to each their own. I do feel like but as far as my position on the list, I'm good with that. I'm good with anywhere that's not gonna. I'm not gonna hold you when I'm looking at everybody else on here. I'm good anywhere 5, 6. I was good with anywhere around that. When I saw myself not mentioned, I guess on I forgot what number I was at. I was like, oh shit, it's not about to happen. These motherfuckers about to say fuck me, it ain't gonna happen. So the 5 is I feel like the 5 is good. I feel like the 5 is fair. I do feel like Shuni should have been higher up though.
I'm not gonna
And you
lie.
know what?
I would have switched Vixen and Shuni. Vixen had 0 wins.
I had said Vixen was like 10, 11.
I bought Vixen up around 12. I went, look, 12, 11. That's where she had 0 wins. Great resume. It looked good on paper, right? The 3 names she had. 0 wins.
Personally, I felt like I would have been top 5, right? I thought top 3 for myself, for me and Todd, you know what I mean? Fuck what y'all think, right? But top 5 for sure, right? I would have took 6 too. And 40 compared to you, impact, I think I had a bigger impact last year. You did win bigger battles though, but impact, I was talked about all throughout the year. I think it got to a point where you started getting mentioned again toward the end, but in the beginning,
I think that's because you battled 11
I know,
times.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying I had a bigger impact, right? I think you won bigger battles for sure. So I don't have no argument with you saying I had a better year. I should be in front of you. Cool. You have an argument there for sure. My problem is, and it's not just you. There's several other people that, wow, the way that
I agree.
Shuni, can I say something real quick? Because I feel like it's quality over quantity in this circumstance.
I know. I didn't
right?
want to say that
She
too.
won bigger battles.
I said
my
that.
battles.
I literally just
winning
said
a
that.
bigger battle is.
I was gonna say. I also feel like there's a difference. Respectfully, Shuni, I feel like there's a difference between having no impact and being mentioned more. So I feel like you might have been talked about more because you were more active, but I feel like when I was talked about, it hit harder.
Not
if that
even.
Makes sense.
I don't.
That's what I feel like as far as the impact
maybe
side
within regards to the ill will, but like
the QB battle
everything,
too.
Yeah, that was for sure. That was for sure. But then you had that big gap in between. You understand what I'm saying? So when that happened,
yeah, that's what I mean. The difference between you being mentioned more frequently. I agree. Yeah, but I don't feel like they were bigger impacts.
But I do. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying there's an argument for both of them, just because me headlining 4 times out of the year. You understand what I'm saying? I have pretty big momentum things as well consistently throughout the year. And that's the only reason why I'm saying there's an argument for both.
I get that.
And it's not, just you. You know what I'm saying? It's
no,
not,
and
it's
I'm
really
not
not you.
mad
So
at
for anybody that wants to
strictly
argue,
battery. I don't take it no way.
you. It should be some of these other people popping in instead of you, because you had a great year.
I don't take it that way, but I do feel like I can agree with that. On the same token, though, one of those headlines was shared with 3 other people, so arguably it's not necessarily. You get what I'm saying? It was 4 people on that card, on the headline, when you guys did the 2-on-2. Yep. So you get where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. So I could argue a few other things. You know what I mean? But I get it. Like, I definitely don't feel like you should be at 12 or nowhere near 12. I feel like you definitely should be, if not 6 or 5, then it should have been. I feel like, respectfully, we could be interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think you should be at 12.
Yeah, my case again, it ain't you that should be up here talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely not you. It's definitely not you. Like, I love Vixen's year, but come on. I love Casey's year as well. Caution, Yoshi, Prestavia in front of me. Wow.
Nah, I'm not going to hold you. Vixen has no business being in the top 10.
Yeah, not for last year at all.
No, not for last year.
With all due respect, with all due, like I said, some shit looks good statistically on paper, and it's like, oh yeah, it looks nice, right? Mm-hmm. I had her ranked lower when we was around 12. I'm like, well, what are we doing with Vixen? They're like, no, not everybody wanted to. So I'm outranked. I could sit there and argue until my face turned blue. But I
said I had her like 10 or 11.
Yeah, I had her low. She had 0 wins.
I did have her
trying to fight for them.
I didn't think she should be I didn't think she should be as high up on the list either. I had her at 10. If somebody would have said they thought she was 11 or 9, like, I would have been cool with either of those spaces, but I don't feel like she should have moved up. I definitely
brought her up around a 12, 11 stage, because I'm like, this is right where I have her at, around 11, 12.
Yeah, you guys don't think it's an argument to be a top 20 at this point now? If we're talking so
I feel like next year we're definitely working towards that. We're taking baby steps right now, and this year I felt like 15 was a good number for us to work with. Next year, God willing, we can do a top 20.
Because y'all knocking people out once y'all getting real, you know what I'm saying?
I'll agree. I could do a 20 every year.
And that's what I'm saying. We can definitely, we're taking baby steps, you know? This year we did 15. Last year it was 10. The year before it was 10. So now we did 15. We going to step into that, you know what I'm saying? We're going to put our big girl panties on and step into that 20. And call it a day, because I feel like we
20 is definitely doable.
I like the idea of 20 because it forces us.
For last year.
I think it forces us to look at a bunch of other names a little more closely. I don't feel like I had...
Yeah, like the J Loves.
Right.
The Frank Nitties.
Yeah, I agree.
But even with the names that y'all mentioned already, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had 20 right there. Miss Miami, you put her back in there. Cheddar, you put her back in there. Like, certain people really did deserve
good taking her out. I didn't feel good taking Miss Miami out. Like, that was another thing that bothered me, but it happened.
Hey, Official. What's up, y'all?
It's not even on this list, right?
Hold on.
Wow.
Hold on, Shoni. Hold on, Shoni.
Sorry, go ahead, sis. You got the mic. Congrats, boo.
How am I 12?
Respectfully,
I tried Official. Bro, how is Yoshi over? No one. I battled DNA, Av, Casey, Farrah, Shuni, Jade. None of them, Bonnie, Caution, none, like,
this part need to be a panel
none
too,
of them had better names than me. Hold on. I had Battle of the Year.
Right.
Facts.
What are we doing?
But what you ain't get voted Battle of the Year on Woty just now.
Yes, I did.
Yes, she did.
You won the prize?
Yes, I did. But my point is, how am I 12, though? Like, I understand if y'all... I didn't care if I was 5. Like, yo, me being number 8 is cool. But how y'all got Yoshi? What did Bonnie do last year that's over me?
You talking about the 2-on-2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did Bonnie do over me last year?
Bonnie? She was more entertaining.
What are you talking about entertaining? What? Don't
Bro,
y'all have something?
Battle
but no,
you want to battle.
Don't y'all have something y'all going on for? Okay, so before
you could, all right, but you could battle all you want to battle.
Bro, wait, no, but you're talking about you're talking about entertaining when you have a list in front of you.
That's my opinion. If the
you have a list in front of you, you're supposed to go off a strength of schedule.
Them to fight for that spot. I hear you though.
Bro, you're not hearing me because you're talking. You're supposed to go off a strength of schedule. Impact. Y'all have entertainment. What is entertainment? Who had a bit? How did she have a better
quality of the battle, my nigga?
How did she have a better strength of schedule than me? Did she have that better than me? No. Did Bonnie have more impact than me last year? No. I had Battle of the Year. I headlined in New Orleans on the URL card
with 3 other girls. Bonnie was on the tournament and she was very entertaining. Every last one of her battles, I watched them over. I won't watch
nigga said she entertaining, bro.
She also did get a champion cover. She had 2 really
champion
great
cover.
Listen, let me finish. She also had 2 really.
For every event.
Bro, we're adding. We're champion covers get you to be on the top list.
You bring up champion covers now.
That is definitely the criteria.
First of all, we are on this man's platform who's given the award.
Oh,
if he picked a battle of the night or a performance of the night, it's crazy to say that doesn't count for something, but you can accept his Woty Award or Cody Award.
Respectfully, Lola, they don't do champions for every event. They didn't even do a champion cover for the freaking Kings vs. Queens. Now, if they did it for every event, I would think that makes sense, but they don't do it for every event. It does hold weight.
They get it for performance of the they get it for performance of the night. That's another way of saying that they have performance do it for
every event though. I've seen events that they're having,
but we can call performances of the night that we call performances of the night that don't involve champion covers. My point was that that Bonnie had 2 solo battles that were more impactful than her solo battles.
And which battles? Can you name the battles, please? What are those 2 battles?
Her battle with Caution and her battle with Robin Rhymes. They made more noise.
So me and Casey was in fire. I split the prize of performance of the night with Prestavia when I battled Casey. Me versus Av, you can say that was mid. The whole card was mid.
I agree that impact and entertainment is 2 different words. So she's arguing that Du is saying somebody was more entertaining. You're making a point of being more impactful. Those are 2 different things.
Okay, so how do Yoshi Dido clips?
I do feel like Bonnie was more entertaining to
what?
But
and that's what she's asking, how? And then y'all talking about impact. She's asking the entertainment part.
She wouldn't be getting performance.
The lines that she wrote in her battles was better to me. But that's me though. You know what I'm saying?
A tournament if she wasn't.
I like her material better in 2020.
So that's why Yoshi's 2 spots over me and Bonnie because her material and all that was better.
I do. If material don't count, I don't know what to tell you.
That high. I will die on that hill. I said it during the panel.
I'm sorry, everyone. I just want to really quickly read the definition for performance. An act of staging or presenting a play, concert, or other form of entertainment. Performance pertaining to Woty, a battle rapper that displays great projection, movement, and delivery. A battle rapper that is proficient in entertaining the viewer and or audience.
Nigga, we didn't ask for I didn't need no definition. My problem is this.
Clear that
why y'all are bringing up 2 of Bonnie battles? That's only 2 battles. I still had more battles than that. Y'all can't just bring up my only her 2 battles that was solo was a little bit more entertaining than your 2 battles, but forget the 2-on-2 you did that was battle of the year. Forget the 2-on-2 you did versus Jack Boy and Flame.
I also want to make it a point. I also
as a 1-round, 3-round, a 1-on-1, 3-round, 1-on-1.
A 1-round standard battle is gonna always hold more weight. And if you listen to the panel, I actually punched for 2-on-2 to hold a little more weight, and they all said no. But in the case that we have to nitpick, which y'all don't realize sometimes is we have to get down to where we nitpicking things. There's a lot of things that y'all do right, and then there's a lot of things that just kind of balance it out to where sometimes the scale is even, and it might be even for 3 of y'all. Now we have to kind of nitpick. If you got 2-round battles and she got 3-round battles that she has standout performances in, what solo battle did you have a standout performance in?
I just told you I wanted the money for performance of the night versus Casey. So listen, what I'm saying is, okay, once you feel like, all right, she had the 2 battles, I had the 2 battles, that was the 3 rounds. Why is my 2-on-2s not at least adding to what I have? It's like y'all only counting my 2 battles because she has to.
What does a 2-on-2 supposed to really count for? Like,
it's not just 25%. One 2-on-2 though. It's multiple.
They just started counting 2-on-2s this year. I don't think we should count them. The app don't count.
I'm rapping
the
app you should count
it as a team name. The app don't put y'all as individuals for 2-on-2s. I don't even understand why the 2-on-2s count in the individual contests such as Woty.
It counts because I'm standing on stage spinning my material that I got paid to rap for.
It should count of that.
I'm rapping
25%.
Well, if I have 3 of them, that should be 75% of it then, right? If I have 3 2-on-2s. How y'all adding that up? I have more than just 1 2-on-2.
Well, we don't work by percentages. I don't know what to do anymore.
She brought up the percentage though.
She brought up a percentage of
when I did my list, I counted your 2-on-2s. I gave you battle of the night. I gave you main event. I gave you accolade for having a all ladies headline.
Lola wasn't lawyering up right then. There's y'all answer.
But I did give you credit for that. I'm gonna tell you personally what I feel like took away. When I rate each individual battler's performance, I don't rate it like in a general scale. I look at it individually. So what I feel like I've seen from you in your past, that's the best or the worst. And then I just kind of give you a performance score based on your own past and, what you did even prior to the current year.
That makes sense.
And so when I looked at your performances, you had some strong moments. Like, I do feel like your first 2 against DNA was crazy, but you had a short third. Now you got 2 2-on-2s that don't allow us to see you shine again. I do think you did really good in the official battle. I do think you did good in that battle, but I don't think overall that you got that. And I also think you did really good against Jay. And I think that was your best showing, like, as far as just, like, you being in your bag. And so when I'm judging you, I'm like, I know official can get more crazy than this. So some things, it's like you got the resume, but for me personally, I'm like, I've seen her do better. I do think last year, material-wise and performance-wise, you did better than I've seen you do in like the previous year. And I think you getting back into that bag. But when I graded your year, performance, like you have the intangibles for performance, but it's just not, to me, always clicking.
I'm just saying, to me, I just personally felt that y'all had y'all categories, and if you felt like my material wasn't good, that should fall under only one category. You still have strength of schedule, you still have impact, you still have moments, y'all still have all these things that y'all supposed to have with categories. So just because you didn't like the material, that shouldn't bring all the other shit I did down. That's just what I'm saying. That's just how I feel personally, but it is what it is. Shout out to y'all for even doing the panel for the Woty, for the female battle rap. I mean, I still appreciate it. That's it.
Thank you, Official.
I want to say shout out to Official. You're one of my favorite battle rappers. You had one of the best rookie years ever in history. And it's all right to like have a year where it's just, things that go all the way right. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that you don't have the potential to turn any of that around, because you are who you are.
Things went right. I don't even know what that means.
Right,
I feel like things went right,
bro. Like, you think things went right. I think that it was a little dry.
Okay, you think I had mid performances. That still don't matter to the fact that I battled top niggas, though. I battled DNA. I battled
top niggas, and the battles was dry.
Okay, like, but I still battled them niggas. You talking about Bonnie beat Robin Rhymes? What is a Robin Rhymes, nigga?
I'm never fucking watching this again.
What is a Robin Rhymes? Watch your fucking mouth.
Who even brings
Watch your fucking mouth. Who you cursing at? Watch your fucking mouth.
Who? What? Excuse me?
What's wrong with her? You using profanity. What you getting that for?
Profanity. Then you don't first of all, make me watch my mouth. That's number one. All of that watch my mouth shit will never fly over here.
You
would definitely be having to make
it is what it is. You heard what I said.
Watch my mouth.
All I said what I said, man.
Yeah, I heard you. And like I said, make me.
Fuck niggas talking about.
I hate to bring it back to me, but back to me. Listen, let me say one more thing, y'all. Had we went by what y'all did last year, because I only had a list of 10, if y'all left me with do mention me, I wouldn't have made the list at all. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy.
No, I'm going to be honest. I really can't see you not making that list. Otherwise, it would have been a real divide in there. We probably
last year, I wouldn't have made it no, because she had me at 11 and 12.
No, that wouldn't have happened.
I think I probably would have went to war. Like I went to war at one point for 40 because of certain stuff. But I did mention your accolades. I did. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people talking. So I didn't. I should, and I'm gonna be honest. I should have ran them back. I kept bringing you back up, but I should have punched for you a little more because I had you. I had you higher on the list. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of pressure. It's 6 other women.
Lola be doing what I'm doing, right? She be trying her best not to yell. Lola, you gotta raise your voice next year. Fuck the bullshit.
And I do sometimes. Raise your voice. 6 other women, so you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's tricky with women. You don't want no other women to feel like you disrespectful or how you interject. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a.
We up there to debate, Lola, and we debate battle rap.
I'm gonna. It's still
passionate about it. It is what it is. It's
still a way to go about it.
To argue your point, and I respect the way you argue your point, but you might have to raise your voice a little bit more.
I will say I do agree with both of them that on points that they made. I do feel like in ways officials should have got a little more credit for her resume. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even for myself, because I'm gonna be honest, I had you at 11 on my list, and I'm gonna also be honest, between number 6 and like 12, it was really hard to place you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched all your battles back. When I make my Excel sheet and I'm like putting all y'all accolades in, what league y'all battled on, how many rounds, did y'all have any specialties for that night, like a performance of the night or whatever, like it be things that is not necessarily as strong. Like someone might not have a strong resume, but they have excellent performances. That they had some main events. Some of the main events is 1-rounders. It's so many things that goes into it. A 2-round battle, I think should get a 2-on-2 3-round battle, I personally believe should get a little more credit. I think that it takes a lot of battle rap IQ to make that shit really work. And sometimes collaborating 2 different schedules, like, yeah, it's on y'all, but for when y'all get up there and having crazy performances, I think that it can be, now some of y'all live close or whatever, but it's still organizing the schedule, combining 2 different rap styles. They didn't totally agree with me on that on the panel. So it's like, when you got some 2-on-2s and some 1-on-1s, but they're all great performances, it's like I can rank them high, but they also get ranked low. And so for a lot of you guys in the middle, it was super hard to place you guys because y'all did so much great shit. And then it's like these few little things. And it's like when I compare to like 40 might got 2 things, Shuni might got 4 things, Official might got 2 or 3 things. It's like it all in the same bracket. How the fuck do we place y'all? Like it start to get a little tricky. I'm not gonna lie.
I would say this. I definitely do agree to an extent what Official is saying about the 2-on-2s and stuff. You know, I'm just used to, we don't put the 2-on-2s above the 3-rounders. But Official does have a point because her 2-on-2 versus Shunaro was battle of the year. And even before we got to the Woty discussion, like everybody was saying that was the best 2-on-2, probably like one of the best 2-on-2s ever. So I definitely understand what Official is saying. Maybe we need to go back to the drawing board because like what Rita said,
honestly, I think we came to a conclusion with that one because everybody agreed that Shunaro won. So
yeah, I understand that,
but the accolade for that, but then it's a battle that they're saying everybody agreed that Shunaro won that one. So yes, you do get that accolade on your resume, right? However, if you lost it, that also is something that goes on your resume.
I understand that, but I feel like all losses ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like they lost because they did bad. Like they both went. Both of those 2-on-2s went crazy. You know, Official and Jazz went crazy. Farrah and Shuni was
again. That's why you get the accolade, but you also get the loss on your record.
Yeah,
you
that's
get what I'm saying.
Like,
I hear you, but like
that's what it comes down to.
It just is what it is. Like if everybody agreed that Shunara won, great 2-on-2, one battle of the year. I mean, how many 2-on-2s for real are we seeing from women winning battle of the year? So great accolade, yes. However, when you look at the battle and you're breaking it down again, nitpicking, who won the battle? Everybody agrees Shunara won.
The person that was number 12 and got moved to 10.
I feel like if the debate was between me and Shunara, who for the number, then it would matter. But I still don't feel like Yoshi and them did anything over that. That's all I'm saying. And I just felt like if y'all had criteria, like I said, y'all had y'all things y'all was going over, like moments and shit, I felt like that should have mattered. Not just saying, oh, this person was more entertaining. Like, that's not really an answer to me, but I guess. It's in a definition. It definitely, being entertaining definitely matters.
That word is throwing me. I swear to God.
I hate it, but okay.
Anybody else want to say anything? Any questions?
40, you got something you want to say? You over there cackling and shit.
No, just kidding.
This is entertaining.
I got more if y'all want more.
Your profile pic 40 is wild.
I know. I had her titties out too, but they fucking suspended my account.
Oh, I seen the titties on my timeline. I saw the whole picture on my timeline. That was
inappropriate. I seen it too. Totally inappropriate.
If men can do it, women should be able to do it too. But that's another conversation. But yeah, listen, this,
I should get some credit for lightening the mood in here. Went left very quickly, and I brought us back on track. Shuni should never be number 10 anywhere. That's it. Okay. It's how we fix everything. If I'm not in your top 5 next year, scratch the whole show.
I agree. Cause I was, I agree. You guys should have been.
Yeah, it's April anyway. Y'all could have had skipped this.
Y'all again. No, I'm not gonna hold you. I think y'all are getting like better, man. I'm not even trying to be funny or sarcastic, condescending, nothing. I feel like you said, like there's always chemistry worked out. You know what I'm saying? It's different personalities, different things. I feel like y'all are getting a little better, man. Because I feel like
J2, understand. We know what team you play for and all that, but you was not a part of the Woty discussions, sir.
He come up here to fuck shit up.
Yes, sir. We can talk a little bit later, sir. But we up here for the women who were being ranked for Woty. Hello.
As soon as I tweeted that y'all did so much better than last year, boom, y'all betrayed me. I was like, damn, I can't even delete the tweet. So many people seen it already. It's crazy. It was horrible. I'm traumatized, y'all. Oh, man.
We can get to a ghetto word segment a little bit later if people want to advocate for people.
I got one more question. Y'all giving out a couple $2 for the people that won the battle of the year or what?
You already know that's a cash prize. Absolutely, that is a cash prize.
When I'm gonna get my scratch?
Listen, Jay Black will be reaching out to you very soon. Make sure that your phone is off of do not disturb at all given times. You never know when he might hit you up.
Let me ask you one more question. Do the winners get more of the pie, or are we splitting it equally 4 ways? Don't tell me we are, because it's wrong.
I mean, the pot for the most part, I'm not even going to hold you. It don't even matter because Jazz got a clean sweep round this joint. Like, it really don't even matter.
Jazz should give official some of her other winnings. Me and Farrah need more of the winnings for that battle. Let's just put this out here. Love you, official. But
I have a question for the battlers. I have a question for the battlers because I'm very curious to see where the light work debate goes from here. Like, how do you guys feel about the light work and how we should be judging those moving forward?
Hold on, real fast. Can you hear me?
Light work is a 3-round battle, in my opinion.
Can you hear me? So, real fast.
How you doing, sir? Shake my hand.
It's supposed to be $500 for Battle of the Year, and 4 of y'all won that. So, that's $125 per person. What do y'all want to do?
Oh, my phone broken. What we laughing at?
I'm saying it's can she hear me? Trina, can you hear me? I said it's $500 for Battle of the Year, but it's 4 of y'all in the battle, so that'd be $125 a person.
Shuni, you heard Jay Black?
Y'all better go ahead and cash app that $125 over here. I don't know what you
$500
Farrah, I do apologize. We did not speak about you on the panel, so I cannot bring you up at this moment. We'll bring you up a little later for the ghetto segment. Yeah, I don't know about what Shuni talked about, Jay Black.
Ghetto
Man.
segment is crazy.
Jay Black said it's $500. It's $125 for each of y'all.
Yeah, send me my bread, bro.
The crazy part is, if
official should get 25.
Send me my bread, bro.
The rest for me and Farrah. This is
so,
guys. Start.
What I wanted to happen was.
Oh no!
I wanted one of the for example, right? If 40 bars, if 40 bars won Battle of the Year with Ill Will, I just gave her the 500. Gave the men nothing.
I need it before 12 a.m.
So, but it didn't happen like that. It's all women. So.
Next time, but it didn't happen. Niggas can laugh at me now, but you know what? Go ahead, Shuni, and get that $125 because I ain't got shit.
I need
Shuni Wally.
I'll be in y'all DMs and get y'all cash.
Nigga told Jazz to give me some of her money. Shuni Wally. We good? Everybody good?
Yes, what we doing now?
Anybody else got anything they want to add?
Yeah, I feel like one of the other rapper women, I guess I should probably send it to them. I did tell everybody multiple times that we were starting this immediately after.
I'm here for the ghetto shenanigans. Start it up. And if you're going to get ghetto, J2 need to be the first one.
J2 going to be the first one. Farrah is the first closely behind him.
Farrah's 1.5.
Jumped up on this.
Come in like, first of all, y'all did mention me. I won an award. Let's shout out to Hustle, because Hustle had an amazing year, man. Shout out to them.
That part.
I mean, she definitely had an argument. She definitely had a strong argument. I just felt like Jazz just beat her slightly on performance. I just didn't think Hustle had a performance like Jazz did versus Vixen. It was tough. It was like 1A, 1B.
And the fans agreed. The fans agreed. So the fans agreed. Those just to make sure everybody is clear, those awards that they were just speaking about that they got for Battle of the Year, Performance of the Year, et cetera, that was voted by the fans. That was not voted for by the panel. So I feel like we got Woty right.
Oh, we know, because I won the one that. Just kidding.
I honestly think, I'm going to say my piece on this. I think 40 should have got that award for the body, for it being a grudge match. And just the way that it went down, it was shouts to the fans. But just, I think that
recency bias, that's it.
When the material personal like that, you know what I'm saying? QB was on her caliber of battle rapper as far as like they come from similar eras and different things like that. I feel like that battle was more impactful for the culture, especially for them being a grudge match. I do agree recency bias, and Jazz definitely did her thing during that battle, but yeah, I don't know.
Too, because I don't think anybody, no diss to Shice Raw, but we kind of figured Jazz was going to win. Did we think it was going to be a body like that? No, but 40.
Yeah, we thought QB was going to fight back.
Yeah, but then
I think it was the optics of the Jazz versus Shice Raw battle, right? The optics of that, it looks really, really bad as compared to, the 40 battle. But I mean, when you're listening to what's going on in the 40 battle, it's like, yo, are y'all listening?
Maybe because I wrote the bars down for the battle. And I was like, this motherfucker's crazy. And number one, 40 Pen is incredible. The way she jumped from scheme to scheme to scheme to scheme. And like when I was writing her bars down, it's almost
Don't you gotta write down everything?
You literally
don't you gotta write down everything?
You can't write down just a part of a bar you thought was nice because she been scheming for the last paragraph. And it's like, damn, I would do her material disjustice by like not really getting the material down, man. Her writing last year was incredible. Like, that's another reason I punched for 40 today, because I'm like, aside of like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? She didn't have a perfect year on this shit, but like, if we talking accolades, she got 780,000 views on YouTube. Like, she is viewed. Her reach is crazy. Thank you. You're welcome. So I don't know. It was a lot that went into this panel. It was a lot of thought on different things. Like I got an Excel sheet that got a lot of things on there for each battle rapper, you know, and I tried to remember everything that was on here and like refer to it as much as I could.
Let me examine it.
I love you, Shuni. She was fighting for you, Shuni. Listen,
what's so funny
you want to
is
examine it. She was fighting for you.
I got your year up right now. Like, I got your year up right now.
And 240, I felt like your battle with Ill Will was one of my favorite battles in 2022. Like all battles, to be honest.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I get it. She dropped the ball in 2 battles that would have mattered more than the other 2 that she did good in. But she also got 2 distinct battles, like performance of the night type. You got a body of the year contender.
No, fuck that. I want to battle 40. She was missing for the battle she was supposed to do. Fuck that. What's up, 40?
Shuni, tell them line it up.
Bag. Come on, we need a bag.
We could do the 3 rounds. We could do the 3 rounds.
Y'all definitely, please do 3 rounds.
You should have been there. Okay?
Please.
You was missing.
Hey, shout out to all the ladies, y'all. This was fire.
Who heard that?
This was fire. Shout out to Jazz.
Was raising your hand and waving at me.
Because I just wanted to be honest. Because it ain't 15 bitches that had a better year than me. I don't understand how I wasn't on this fucking list.
I promise you, J2, I'm never going to rank you for Woty. Get the fuck out of here. Never. I'm never ranking you.
No, shout out to y'all. I know it's a really, really hard job to do. This shit cannot be easy. I commend y'all. It is like, because I'm sitting back here and I'm talking shit too while I'm watching it. But to be honest, having to sit there knowing that Shuni, official, for everybody gonna come in here after it and give y'all hell, knowing that's what's gonna come and still standing on y'all too. Salute to the ladies, man. I thought that was amazing. Great job. Shout out to J Block for giving y'all the opportunity, man. Shout out Woty. Next year we at it again, man.
And shout out to y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, how y'all handled the constructive criticism. To be clear, they came in here and made valid points. That's why I was saying, like, anybody else want to pull up, give their opinion, you know what I'm saying, what you think could be better, what you didn't like, do that.
So now I'm going to just add other people at this point in time. I did send this out to a few other women. However, I believe for the most part, everybody is pretty pleased with, we have Shuni up here. You know, she spoke her piece. We had O up here. She spoke her piece. But I feel like for the most part, everybody is pleased with where they are. So, you know, I don't feel like it's really I don't feel like the entire list or the majority of the list is complaining.
For the most part, I think the fans picked Jazz. So I think for the first 2 Wotys, we walked out with a different Woty, and that was like the most chaos we got for it. But I think overall, I think everybody picked Jazz. Hustle, again, had a very, very good argument for why she should have been Woty too. But yeah, it's Jazz. And obviously, because like Tata said, all the awards were voted by the fans, and she cleaned them all.
I'm going to tell you one thing.
Hey, Auntie.
My fans is exhausted after fighting for me all day. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all, man.
We love you too, Shuni.
Love for me. And y'all ain't bring Farrah up here, but she called y'all hoochie stains, just to let y'all know.
I tried to bring Farrah up here multiple times.
It's all right. She called y'all hoochie stains.
She is not responding. So get up here, Farrah. You want to speak your piece? Get up here. It's ghetto clock.
Smoke with Farrah, because she definitely called y'all hoochie stains. I will step in if somebody want to argue with her. What happened?
Hoochie stains is wild.
But that's what she called y'all.
What's up, though, Kim?
Hey, y'all. I just want to tell y'all, number one, shout out to y'all. That panel is a headache. But I'm thinking thinking of something we'll talk later, Rita. I hope he got y'all more than just some champagne. Y'all needed Tylenol because y'all was stressed the fuck out. Number 2.
Actually, we had a great
We
time.
was high as hell.
We had a. I'm not gonna. Don't tell them that, Lola, because then they gonna hold on to it. But we had a great time.
No, we first of all, no.
Listen, we got them the best Jamaican food in the world. Them ladies is royalty. We can't wait.
That part.
I'm gonna tell you
I'm always high. Just a disclaimer, I am always high. Don't hold that shit against me, yo.
I feel like y'all had a great time.
Hey, they food bill was $300. What we doing? Hold up, man. They food bill was $300.
Black, that's the least. The lady
spent $300 on their food. What we doing?
We definitely did come through with the good oxtails. I'm not gonna lie, with the rice and peas and cabbage. I fucked with it.
And Dree was our driver. He made sure he drove us around. It didn't matter how late it was. It was wonderful.
I had actually ordered a whole different thing, and then last minute I was like, I really don't want that, and he changed my order like with a smile on his face.
Somebody admitted.
Let me make a suggestion for next year.
Perfect gentleman.
Let me make a suggestion for next year. If y'all are going to talk entertaining, add that to the criteria.
Once again, that is a part of the criteria. Shall I read the performance definition again? Performance, an act of staging or presenting a play, concert, or other form of entertainment. Performance pertaining to Women of the Year. A battle rapper that displays great projection, movement, and delivery. A battle rapper that is proficient in entertaining the viewer and or audience.
Well, thank you. I didn't know that was on your list. I didn't know that was on your list. I'm glad that was on your list.
Y'all gonna slide past?
I'm just saying it's the definition of performance.
Yes, it is. But you gotta act. You acting like battle rap fans be listening. Because a lot of people, I was in the chat, a lot of people, they just wanted their favorites. They didn't give a fuck about nothing else. Their favorite was that it. That's it. That's it.
But they said the same thing about us. So what?
The thing is,
like,
the thing is, I'm saying is,
they were saying the same thing about us, that we just was playing sides and wanted our favorites in certain positions.
To me, they were
really wanted their favorites in certain positions.
In my opinion, Rita, they were projecting. Because what I saw was a lot of fans that forgot that Cody is the same way Woty is, and y'all argue all goddamn day, and then come to some kind of compromise and move on.
Auntie, please, somebody admitted to drug use. We got bigger things to talk about.
I'll be quiet. Let me shut up. I'm going on mute. I'm going on mute.
Please
I'm going on mute.
And I knew something was wrong.
I was with 95% of the list, but Shuni, you know I'm Shuni all day. I wanted you higher. I'm just gonna say it.
They was high. I got the answer I was looking for. I knew something was wrong. Incredible.
Anything else, Kim?
Next year, put the highest contributor.
That was an opportunity,
yeah,
and Remy Ma had that opportunity,
and she turned it down.
She sent us all 23 flowers. She had not that she turned it down. Let's not say that she had a prior obligation, but she also sent everybody 23 flowers. So shout out to Remy Ma again. Thank her. I thank her.
The flowers was
up
amazing.
Into the moon and back, because she did not have to do that. She had the opportunity to be the moderator for this panel. However, she had a prior obligation, which, that happens. She's an entertainer. We can't expect her to just be available at any given Saturday. So, that's how that worked out. But I do appreciate her for sending us flowers, thinking of us, and making sure that everybody got these 23 flowers. That was such a great surprise. I don't think nobody expected that at all. I didn't.
It made me so happy
beforehand, because I was like, I didn't want to announce it and it wasn't solidified. You know what I mean? So I didn't say nothing at all. And she surprised the hell out of us.
Yes, thank you to Remy Ma. That was a nice surprise. I couldn't bring my flowers with me because I had to fly, but still, it was very nice.
Nice. It was very nice. And I'm keeping my note forever.
That part.
But back to my fly. Okay, never mind.
Talk your shit, Shoni.
I'm just kidding.
Debo, what's up? What's up, Debo? What you want to speak on, Debo?
Hey, Debo.
How you doing, Unc? You know how I work this shit? You gotta unmute yourself.
Come on, Unc. Get it together.
I'm like, damn, I can't hear him.
Hold it down, Unc.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down to the list.
Yo.
I don't know how to utilize this. All right, you good. Okay.
You can hear me?
How you doing? Yes, we can.
Yo, what's up, man? Congratulations to all the ladies, man, and the Woty panel. Fire show. Shout out to
Thank you, Debo.
My only two things I really kind of like, I had to bring up. Number one, y'all didn't put enough camera time on Lola. You need to do that.
Hold up, you nut ass freak boy. We not about to do that, yo. First of all, what we not about to do is have you sitting here try to have the camera pan to Lola all the whole time for the whole 4 or 5 hours and all that. You're drooling right now, You really got to get it together. Tighten the fuck up.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been number one. One of your artists was done wrong.
That's
could have waited till 3.
Nah, number 2. All jokes aside, though, it was fire, man. But I think Shuni should have been way higher. Shuni had phenomenal too. Y'all wildin'. You know what I'm saying? Shuni only told me to say that because she just texted me.
Nigga said, I don't want to get slapped again. Let me come up here and say the right thing.
I said, yes, Shuni. Okay, I got you. Nah, but it was dope, man. Salute to all the ladies, man. Salute. That top 5 was hard too. Good top 5. Shout out.
I feel like our top 5 is very solid.
Yeah, top 5 is very solid, man. Yeah, it is. Well, yo, listen, salute to Rem too, man. You know what I'm saying? So, bringing the flowers and stuff like that, and the money and shit.
And now, where the fuck was our flowers?
Right, where was our flowers at for the past 2 Wotys?
Yes,
I was outside waiting to punch somebody in the face.
Cut it out.
But nah, man. All jokes, man. It's real hard to do what y'all do, man. Y'all get the criticism and all that, man. But the women, y'all growing every day, and this right here is a testament to just saying that, like I said before in the first Woty when I was there, we have to have women in media. We have to have women in other places besides just battle rapping. And this right here, man, all the fans was waiting for it. We had a pretty much understanding it would have probably been jazz, but it's still entertaining nonetheless. Everybody was stuck on it. Everybody had their opinions, so it was just great, man. I love it, man. I'm just gonna go back to listening and stuff like that. But shout out to Jazz, shout out to Hustle for 1 and 2, and shout out to everybody and whatnot, man. But Shuni should have been higher.
Thank you for your time, Debo. We appreciate you, the boss.
Appreciate you the most.
You're welcome.
Address us in the proper manner, the boss.
Hey, the boss. What up, baby?
Don't come up here wilding. Don't come up here using sexual innuendos and all that. Like, address us properly.
It's cum titles. What up?
Big cum titles, Tata. I appreciate you, man. But shut up, Kel. But no, seriously. Okay. So look, right. At the risk of sounding redundant, Shuni at 10 is blasphemy, man. I ain't gonna
why you say it? If you knew it was redundant, why you say it?
Yeah, I said at the risk of sounding that way, I'm willing to take the risk. So here we are. I'm risking it. Straight up. No, I'm just saying. Okay, so here's my issue. Like, it do need to be said. No, in real life, I feel like there was no real fight anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when I mean fight, of course, I'm talking about with words, really. But I think the most vigorously I seen anybody compete for anybody was when Lola was trying to get 40 a spot. Other than that, it was kind of like, okay, well, I said this. Okay, well, y'all feel that way. Okay, well, fine. Like, there was, like, no real debate. And then things were being brought up that wasn't a part of the criterion. It's like, if y'all debate, if you feel like somebody deserves to be higher.
What was brought up that wasn't a part of the criteria?
The actual criteria, wins and losses. That was actually what about wins and losses.
Here's my thing. Wins and losses have to be debated at that point in time. Wins and losses are also debated at Cody.
Always. And that's my issue.
It just has to happen. You have to start looking at records and nitpicking certain things. Yes, you have to.
So I agree with you, but why is that if you guys have specific criteria that you're looking at, but if the first thing you say is the wins and losses, and then the criteria ends up never getting discussed.
So for Vixen, right? How do you feel Vixen should have been rated? Because I feel like she should have been ranked low. If you look at her stuff on paper, great resume. How many wins did she get?
I had Vixen losing every battle last year. I ain't gonna
That's
cap.
what I'm saying. Her
Yeah, I had Vixen
previous
losing every
years
battle.
got her the resume that she got for 2022, in my opinion. However, she got 0 wins and she got bodied by Woman of the Year right now, but she got bodied by Jazz. Like, what are we doing? Why is she ranked high at all whatsoever? Her resume looks good, but
Y'all
why
keep
are we
saying Vixen got 0 wins, but she wins on the polls.
that? Like,
on one of her
I
battles.
don't understand why she was
For her
ranked
versus
high at all.
Hustle.
I just think that her battle with Hustle
Yeah, but
was
she didn't beat
debatable.
Hustle though. She didn't
I
beat
had
Hustle.
Hustle winning that battle.
If she
Yeah,
won or
she didn't
lost,
I
beat
had
I'm
Hustle.
Hustle
saying
winning.
on the polls.
Beat Hustle.
But I do know that people have Vixen winning as well. It was a fire debatable battle. For me, when you got fire ass material, fire performance against Titans, I don't really weigh your wins and loss on that as heavily as somebody who died on the stage.
And
I'm not
also,
mad at
let me add this. We talked about Shuni a lot. Okay. When we first brought her up, she was at 12. She moved up multiple times. We didn't just say Shuni 12 and
I
then
moved up
like
twice,
we talked
TC.
about
Chill out,
Shuni and
girl.
we
Y'all
had to
gotta
even
stop
bring
lying.
it back to Shuni.
I moved up twice.
Like, so we didn't just die on Shuni being at 12 and moved on with the show.
Y'all couldn't,
and that's why she got bumped
Y'all
up.
couldn't move on. That's why y'all was stuck for so long on that, because it made no sense.
I hear you. I hear you, Shuni. And to your point, the boss, I definitely did try to use the criteria as much as I could. I would push forward. When people got placed, I would then try to go to the next person we're talking about to see if those positions would change, because I felt like that might be the best way to do it. But it'd be so many things happening. And when you only one person, or if you are outnumbered, there's really nothing you can do, or we'd still be sitting there right now.
Bring a pistol next time.
Like the last time we brought Shuni up, I literally say we're outnumbered. We've been talking about Shuni for 2 hours. We outnumbered. Like we have to move on. I don't agree with it, but we have to.
But where was the fight? Where was the?
We were talking about.
Y'all was not talking about her about nothing, because there's no way in HELL that Yoshi had a better year than Shuni. I just don't see it.
And multiple people.
I said that several times, Farrah.
People stated
how did y'all get
Farrah, I said that several times.
Bro, y'all had there was like 0.
3 to 4.
Y'all said the minimum about Shuni, and that shit was so weak. And I just felt like nobody want to hear you right now because I'm here.
You was on the plane. They talked about me for 2 hours.
No, I wasn't on the plane because no, be quiet, because now I'm here. I let you come in here and talk about yourself, and now I'm here to talk about you. So be quiet for a second. Be quiet for a second, because I wasn't on the plane. I was already off the plane, and I was listening when they put you at fucking 12. Okay? So we gonna start from 12 and try to put Barney ahead of you. Like, there was minimum fight for Shuni's year, and she had a fucking amazing year. So I don't understand how y'all even put. How the fuck did Caution have a better year than Shuni? Because she was in a tournament.
Curse at them.
Because
I don't think.
Yeah, curse at them is hilarious.
Because she was in a tournament. I'm trying to figure out where these people, like, if y'all going off a strength of schedule and impact, and what else? What else is the criteria? Because y'all saying Yoshi had a better impact than Shuni this year?
Hell no.
Or she had a better strength of schedule than Shuni? Because if y'all talking about wins and losses, Yoshi lost the majority of her battles as well.
Oh, don't say as well. I won. Chill out.
So I'm confused.
I really only win on wins and losses when it was a close debate.
I just want to say that you're talking about 2 out of 5 person criteria. So if you got to rank all person criteria and then take it that way, it just is what it is.
Y'all didn't rank no 2. Y'all ranked 2 out of 5 because the shit is bullshit to have had 10.
We ranked Yoshi a few times, and I got it.
I just feel like she wasn't on y'all panel last year.
We ranked
lady.
You women, and she outclassed them in the rankings.
She outclassed
when we ranked her. I have everything written down, and I got all my paperwork. I
don't care about that
paperwork.
Rita.
I'm telling you what it is. When we was sitting there ranking Yoshi versus other people, she outclassed them.
She outclassed who? Where? How?
Who outclassed
Respectfully, Respectfully, did we do Shuni versus Yoshi? I can't even remember, but I remember
Yoshi
asking
did
1,000 times.
2022, she lost all of her biggest
asked
battles.
1,000 times.
So how y'all got her at number 8?
It was very scattered.
It was very scattered around. So y'all would.
My very last question was, Shuni had.
Who was the boy that was just
Yoshi
talking?
didn't have.
It was me.
That was dumb.
What you mean? Don't do that, because I'm here to argue over you. Don't do it.
Hey, Kels.
But listen,
you turn your mic.
Hey, everybody, we're back. It is the ghetto clock hour.
Hold on, one more thing, and then you gonna say, I raised my motherfucking hand to come speak, and you gonna say, this is for Du, not for you, Rita. I'll get back to you later. Gonna say, respectfully, we didn't mention you. You did mention me because I got.
Oh no, get to me right now,
could have brought me up in this
right
motherfucker, so I could have started the ghetto hour earlier if y'all wanted to be motherfucking technical in this bitch.
That was Rita. That was Rita.
No, that was Du that said that. Because I see the little thing thing going.
I swear to God, I didn't say that.
Oh, well, who said it? Rita?
Hey, Durilla.
I said get to me now. Which mean you want to get to me later? Get to me now.
I'm right here because I was trying to, I thought it was Du, but since it wasn't Du, back to you, little hooker hoochie. Don't do that again because you're going to say, oh, we, respectfully, we didn't mention you. You did mention me because I was a part of the fucking battle of the year. So you should have brought me up. Look,
We didn't mention you. We didn't mention you individually, so you could not be pulled up at that time. It just is what it is.
That I thought Pop Smoke was alive again. Hey, dog lady.
Yeah, what happened?
Alive again is crazy.
Crazy.
What the hell you thought it was you for?
I thought it was
what happened? Now, Shuli, turn off your mic. Because y'all motherfuckers is wild and not having
Respectfully, y'all, Woman of the Year in the building. Can we bring her up, please?
No,
she's
not enough.
That was the only. If it was one hill to die on, it was the Shuni hill. I ain't gonna cap. That was like the biggest outrage.
Jazz has done enough. She don't need to come up. This is about me right now. Please.
Right. Jazz is on her way
Jazz
right
definitely
now.
Swept everything. She showed up and showed out.
They brung her up anyway, Shuni, so you might come and listen.
I said it. She's on her way
Yo,
right
it's
now.
all the bags, Jazz in the building.
Clean, sweet Jazz.
Hey, y'all. It's Jody.
This bitch
Not
changed her
Jody.
name to Jody.
Congrats, big bag.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Respectfully, if you ain't here to talk about me, slide on, baby girl.
It's ghetto in here.
Right.
It is ghetto.
Very ghetto.
Ghetto.
Y'all brung her up here so she could say this is ghetto?
Basically, she Jody.
Yeah. I can say what I want in the space. Feel me? Feel me? Feel me?
Here we go.
Feel me? I'm great, actually. I feel amazing. I watched the whole debate, and I just want to commend
girl, because that wasn't a debate.
I want to commend all the people on the panel. You guys had a tough task. I would never do it. I could never do it. Salute y'all for taking y'all time out to watch all them goddamn battles, and really just sorting out who is y'all top 15. I did notice just a lot of you, listening to people's arguments and saying, you know what, maybe I am bugging. This person should be there. This person shouldn't be there. So y'all weren't like stubborn on y'all picks and shit like that. So big salute to y'all. Thank you to the fans that voted, donated, and voted. Obviously, the awards were fan voted, and I won all of them. So thank you to everybody in that case. Just two things. I just think,
Go ahead.
Just two things. I think everybody's saying it. I think Shuni should have been higher. I also feel like Official should have been higher. Like I feel like.
Thank you, ma'am.
I feel like y'all kind of.
Thank you. Thank you.
Say it. Say it.
You already
motherfucker.
won. Tell them they dropped the ball. Give you your money. They dropped the ball. That's it. Keep up.
Speak up.
She
must have got a call.
That's what. Oh, hello.
We can hear you. We hear you.
But yeah, like it's always gonna be debates with the Cody and the Woty situation. Honestly, I feel like this might be the lightest debate out of all 3 years. It feels like everybody only has a problem with Shuni, and I've seen people have a problem with Official. So I think y'all did pretty fucking good. To me, y'all did pretty good. I think the top 5.
Of course, you gonna say that. You won every award, dude.
I think the top 5 was pretty interchangeable with a lot of women. As far as like 3 to 5 or 3 to 6, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm easy to please because I felt the same way about the Cody situation. I think the top 5 was pretty interchangeable. Like it could have went so many ways. It wasn't too far off for me. But yeah, I just came in to thank y'all, give y'all flowers. Thank y'all for giving me the flowers, and I guess y'all could go back to being ghetto because I'm about to get lit.
You deserve it. Congratulations, Jazz.
I hope you choke on the whatever the fuck
the La Marita.
Yeah, there you go.
Strawberryta is what she drinks.
She drink all them shits. They sponsor her, and she called us ghetto.
Hey Don, I really enjoyed you and Jay. I really enjoyed y'all 2 on 2. I hope to see y'all do that again.
We'll talk about this on the next year's panel.
I mean,
fire, Don. I like the energy.
Listen, we trying to push it, Jay Black, to top 20.
What?
I think if we push it to a top 20, we should probably
we don't need no top 20 because y'all confused enough.
If we had a top 20, you would have been mentioned. You would have been up here earlier.
No, I heard y'all was already talking about me, and then I seen y'all put Chirac up there like that shit matter, but whatever.
Dawn, don't start.
I'ma say whatever the FCK I want. On top of Shuni not being in that top 3.
Let her do her thing.
Yeah, let her do her.
Damn, I said what I said. And on top of Shuni not being in that top 3, oh my God.
Lord, save them.
Y'all had me in here punching air. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that because Shuni really put some fucking work in for 2022.
Thank you,
wins,
Barry.
losses, whatever. She really, 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 really worked. Like,
if you call her,
I just need to know how y'all had Yoshi over Shuni. When Yoshi really lost all of her battles that mattered for 2022, she lost, including the one with me. So, and back to backs at that, because she had Charlie before me. So how do y'all got her before Shuni? I don't get
her
that.
strength of schedule is what put her above a lot of women. She had nothing but 3-round one-on-one matchups. So because of that, her strength of schedule put her above certain women.
So what Shuni had then, Rita? Since you got your papers in front of you,
Shuni had a whole lot of one-rounders.
She had 11 battles, 7 one-rounders, but her record was 5-1-5. That's what I kept saying during the panel.
And what was your
none of that shit?
Yoshi record was 3-1-3.
What 3 she won?
That's what I'm saying. They said she beat you, Farrah. They said she beat Dawn. And
no, she did not.
She ain't beat me.
And she beat Coco Cake.
She was crying.
Oh no, Coco. One of these battles.
It was Coco.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all hung y'all heads on that Coco Cake's body like that was.
Now they had Yoshi undefeated last year.
Again, 3-round
one-on-one. No.
Every last single battle was a 3-round one-on-one matchup.
She lost against Prestavia, Charlie Clips, and Caution.
See?
I kept trying to make the point that Prestavia beat her, so how could she be above her?
But that happens with Cody and Woty. Sometimes just
now you know what I didn't care for though.
A battle don't mean that they're not above you resume wise, performance wise. Like when you start breaking stuff down and really getting into the nitty gritty, that don't mean that they're above you.
I can't remember who argument it was, but somebody was arguing that Yoshi. That she had great material, that her material was just for the wrong room. As a battler, that's not a point to make. If you wrote the wrong material for the wrong room, that's on you as a battler. Nobody else, like that's just what it is.
That was probably me, but my point was that it looked a lot worse.
I found to be stupid
until you write down the material, and the material is not as far away. But I said Prestavia won that battle off of everything else. He had all of the other intangibles, but I said Yoshi's writing was very good. It's just not for that room.
And I agree. Like but the thing is, when you're right, you have like this is a battle. When we know, at least we've got to know what kind of room and then we write for that. And it's kind of like when you
right,
exactly use that you can't. And the only reason I say you can't use it.
I totally agree. I think it's bad battle rap IQ to come into a room and do as much scheming in a battle as she did. We in the room and I was there. You just cannot appreciate that material. And when you got somebody punching your fucking head off, it looked crazy. What I mentioned as far as the loss goes is that battle will look a lot worse, but if you write the bars down, it's not. And that was my only thing.
My bad.
You're absolutely correct. She definitely her weak point is that she needs to learn to write for a big crowd. Otherwise, it's going to continue to hold her back.
She just needs to learn to write for who she writing for and know how to deliver it for the crowd. That's the problem. It's not what you writing, it's how you deliver it. Had she delivered it for the crowd that she was rapping for, it would have been better. But another point that somebody made that I hated was putting Prestavia where she was because she could rap on beat and she's a Christian and she'll slap somebody.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
Respectfully, I don't think that was the whole point. I think that was the statement made, and everybody laughed at it. It was a funny statement, right? However, I don't think that was the whole point.
The point is, it was part of somebody's argument. Whether it was a statement or not, it was really part of somebody's argument.
That was real?
Yeah, bringing up the verbal war battle was kind of crazy.
I said it, and it was not part of my argument. I just made a statement. I
don't think that was you, CC. I thought that was Nikki.
Why?
No, I said it. I said no. I made a comment, but that was not my argument.
You made it seem like it because
they moved right on after that. They were
we are all loud. We are all loud.
Right, exactly. It was from that.
To say something about what that person did in the battle, and that's all I was saying because we was talking about Prestavia in her battles. Well,
y'all was talking about Prestavia.
I only made one statement, but that was not my defining argument as to why Prestavia was where she was. So that's not correct.
And she's fire on beat. That was your argument. But
I gave her a compliment. We can give the ladies compliments.
Proceed. Anyway, moving along.
So I got a question too.
I think that was a drop off on Yoshi's pen. Like it was a lot of emphasis on Yoshi pen, but other than the Prestavia battle,
we're not even talking about Yoshi's pen.
That's what I'm saying. After the Prestavia battle,
respectfully, are you listening to some of the stuff that Yoshi is saying? Like, want to watch back writing stuff down when you actually sit down and write her bars down, which is what a lot of us do. It's crazy. I'm sorry. When you write it down, it's crazy.
But when you've been questioned for certain things and proven guilty for certain things, why would people take your pen serious?
Prove it right now.
Respectfully, and we know that. We all know that.
Going on right now.
We all know that. When I battle Yoshi, I can literally tell what she wrote and what she did.
If that's what you're going to hold on to, prove is going on right now.
Y'all wow. Y'all said that girl beat me. I'm literally the only person in battle rap that made her cry.
No, I made her cry too, girl.
No, Yoshi cry all the time.
Like a little girl.
Yeah, Yoshi cry every day.
I never see her cry. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Yoshi cry all the time. That's not an accomplishment.
I got a question for
I did it first.
Rita. I got a question. This is a serious question. So with and this is just perspective. If we know that the female battlers don't really battle as much as the males on a yearly basis, we know they don't they just don't battle as much. Wouldn't it be kind of like
why did they not battle as much in 2022? Is what I would ask you.
2022, I think
as much as the guys in 2022. If you ask me,
just as much or.
They battled just as much as the guys in 2022. If you look at some of these women's resumes, and you look at some of these guys' resumes, they are equivalent.
Okay, but okay, this what I'm. This
And
my
I'm talking
argument
about
for that.
equivalent
If you
statistic
take away,
wise and
if you
everything,
take away the
headliners and
females
all of
one,
that.
if you take away the females one rounders, and you only
Why
count
are
the
we
three
taking away
rounders,
their one
because y'all
rounders
didn't
from
count.
their?
That's the point of my question, because y'all didn't count them. So if you're
No,
not
they
counting
are
them,
counted, but they cannot. If a 3-round 1-on-1 is counted as 3 points, how much are we supposed to count a 1-rounder?
so look, so this is my question. The only reason I'm questioning that is because when you say that they battle just as much, you have to count their one rounders. Because without the one rounders, they
when them
did.
joints be over 5 minutes.
Because they are counted. I think
But this what I'm saying.
Niggas be rapping for 5 minutes straight.
Read it. Listen what I'm saying though. Listen what I'm asking.
I get what you're saying, but they're just not counted for as much. It's not a 3-round 1-on-1. It would be unfair to count a 1-rounder the same way as.
No, I agree. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. So, but what I'm asking is because what it was said a lot on the panel was that y'all don't like the 1-rounders don't count as much. So my question is, wouldn't it kind of short? Because again, if you take away the 1-rounders from all the females, they don't battle nowhere near as much as the males.
But why would we take that away from them?
I'm not saying you should. Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, shouldn't they hold a little bit more weight because that's how they battle?
Why would we take that away? And at the same time, there are a lot of guys that do a lot of 1-rounders as well, and that get discussed on Cody.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like they hold a little more weight on Cody.
J2, I will also say this too. Depending on who you battle in the 1-rounder, or what happens in that 1-rounder may also give that 1-rounder a little bit more weight, like Shuni and Fendi and her winning that belt. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it ain't hold no weight at all. This
I only heard Shuni versus Kid Chaos one time.
The only one, Tata.
So if niggas do a 1 round and rap for 5 minutes, it don't count.
See, like I said, I was just asking. I didn't mean for it to be a point of contention. I was really just asking because I just felt like.
But no, my main thing is I really don't want to take away the 1-rounders.
I don't think you should.
Right?
I think it should be the opposite.
The reason why,
especially
right?
when niggas be rapping for 5 minutes
all
straight.
battles matter. The same way a 2-on-2 battle still matters towards your resume. We just seen it win Battle of the Year. So it's like, it still matters for your resume, and we need that for your resume to also, just like Tata said, depending on the circumstances of that 1-rounder and how it work out, the same way with the light works. The light works are 90-second rounds, and it's 3 90-second rounds. We can't count that as much as a one-on-one.
Why not? It's 3 rounds.
And Rita, I agree. So this is my question.
The thing with that is, it counts, yes. It absolutely counts. However, we can't account it for the full amount because it's more difficult. It's a lot more work that goes into doing a 3-round
battle than a 1-round battle.
And I do give people credit.
That's not true. That's the
Hold on, Don.
Bro, you don't battle.
I got you, Don. I do
give people their credit for their.
You don't battle. You don't write. You don't do that.
You do have to get your shit together when it comes to a 2-on-2. Whether y'all live near each other or not, it's a lot that goes into doing a 2-on-2 as well. My thing is, it's still 2 people in the battle. It can't account for the full amount. It's not the same. It's just not the same. Something is different there. And it just is what it is. If y'all, here's the thing: if y'all really feel like 2-on-2s and 1-rounders need to account for as much as a 3-round matchup, y'all gotta make it make sense.
The time is making it make sense.
No, Don, I got you. Not so. My question. So what I'm saying is, when you say that, because when you're talking about strength of schedule, Shuni, perfect example. She got off the stage from battling a head ice. The next day, she literally battled Kid Chaos. So when you talk strength of schedule, I feel like sometimes those 1-rounders have to hold a little weight because, I mean, look at it. Like, she battled in 48 hours. She had, you know what I'm saying, 4 rounds.
It's short notice.
The reason why I'm saying it is,
J2, that was her decision to do that. We didn't make her do that. We didn't say you got to do that in order to win Woty or get higher on that. We didn't say that. She made that decision to do that the way that she did that and schedule shit the way that she scheduled it. It just is what it is. I get that, right? Because I do want to give people props for certain shit that they do. And they do get props for certain shit that they do. However, it is what it is. Like, we cannot count a 1-round matchup and have it be equivalent to a 3-round 1-on-1 matchup. We just cannot.
No, I agree. I agree that it doesn't
I
count
had
as
that
much.
question in mind too, not about the 1 round, 3 round, but as far as like the strength of schedule, are you guys going by like the names on the resume? Is it the time between opponents? Is it the where you're battling? Like, what does the strength of schedule really mean to you guys?
Names. No, strength of schedule is basically all of that. Like, it's a lot that goes into strength of schedule. The level of difficulty of a battler's opposition, how hard was their schedule? Like, it really depends on your.
So I'm about to rap for like 5 minutes straight with 2 weeks notice. That shit don't count, right? For nothing.
Wait, say that again, Don.
Make that make sense.
Wait,
because
Don,
like I said, in certain 1 rounds, people really be rapping for 5 minutes straight. When you start breaking stuff down, that's damn near 3 rounds.
Y'all keep saying it don't count, but we keep telling y'all that it do. We just can't say that it is the same as a 3-round battle.
Then y'all need to make it better because 3 rounds, like most people have time to do that. Most of the 1 round joints,
Don, I'm not going to hold you.
Niggas ain't have time,
greatest
bro.
is going to get because you cannot hold a 1 round. I don't care how many minutes you decided to rap or how many minutes you decided to sign for a contract. We cannot hold a 1 round battle to the same standard of a 3-round one-on-one matchup.
So a 3-round,
even if you rap a 3-round, even if you rap 5 minutes in a 1 minute and 90 second generally is 9 minutes in a 3-round one-on-one matchup. So it's still not
3-round one-on-one matchup.
It's still not. Yeah, no, I agree. It's
with
still
the
not.
time frame of 1 minute and 90 seconds. That matters. That
Okay,
sounds
forget
crazy.
the 1 round. Do y'all take prep time into consideration?
Like for real, because clearly y'all don't. Especially you, Miss, up there at the top.
I'm not going to hold you. I don't see prep time in none of our definitions.
Really?
Girl, y'all girls need to battle now. Because y'all.
Can I just speak for me? But with Fonz, like, he and I had 11 days. When Suge and I actually got locked in, we knew about it, but it was literally 18 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes those things should matter too. What Jazz did with Loso was crazy. Granted, it was 1 round, but that was 5 days prep.
And I'm not going to hold you, Shoni.
Vixen battle Tay-Rock on very short prep as well. I believe somebody brought that up. So those things do go into account. But again, a 3-round battle is not a 1-round battle. 1-round battle is counted. I just really want y'all to stop saying that they don't count for nothing because that's not true.
Facts. I think Tata. I think what it was.
I tried.
Okay, can we get a little bit of order? Just a tad bit of order. What we're going to do is, J2, we want to go to you. And then Doc Petty, you've then had your hand up for forever. We're going to go to you. Shuni, you are free to speak, okay? Because we spoke about you on the panel. You're free to speak. Put your damn hand down. Your Simpson hand.
Sorry, okay. LOL. I moved on from the 1 round, 3-round thing. I'm just asking in general, does prep time take any consideration? Does it hold any weight?
And it does hold weight in a sense of that is to be debated. That is to be debated on the panel. Meaning when we get up there, we have everything that we have mapped out. If that's a part of your debate, that's a part of something that you're using to push somebody forward. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would like to see, just feedback to you, I would like to see that mentioned a lot more, especially like if you're going into next year discussing.
I think we definitely have mentioned it.
Things on short prep.
Yeah, I think we definitely mentioned it
on the Vixen battle.
I ain't booking no more 1-round battles this year because I'm not going to be on the panel.
I think it's a difference between what's a part of the criteria and what
the boss. You're not even supposed to be talking right now. We going to J2. I'm sorry.
Dang, I ain't know I wasn't supposed to be talking.
So okay, I'm just keep it short. But I think, and this just to kind of point it out, just so that y'all know why people keep saying stuff about the 1 rounds is because I think during the panel the 1 rounds were very much washed over. So even though I know y'all say that they do count, what it looked like from the panel was like that they had no weight at all. That's what, and I'm like, I understand what y'all saying. So I'm telling y'all what it looked like.
Can you name me one monumental? I'm talking about super impactful 1-rounder from the females this year.
Midnight Madness.
I ain't gonna hold you. Midnight Madness. Me and Bonnie's 2-on-2.
So here's where I'm gonna go with that, right? Here's what I'm gonna go with that because that's the biggest one, right? The biggest one is the Shuni versus Fendi one, right?
I mean, I was gonna keep going.
Her getting the belt,
but that came up. My point is that was mentioned.
Like we did mention that when we were speaking about Shuni. That definitely.
No, I understand. No, you did. But
So
Rita, this is what I'm saying
my
is
point. My point is, if it's something that is worth mentioning and it means something, we're definitely going to mention it. But when it comes down to one rounders, if it don't make sense to mention your one rounder, why are we mentioning that when we could talk about your 3-round one-on-one matchups or your battle of the year winner 2-on-2 matchup? Like
because and the reason why I think that you would mention them though is because it would corroborate a story. Like for instance, when you're having an argument about Bonnie, it completely nobody says anything about the fact that she actually did stand in front of Mac Myron and clean paper last year. So
we didn't talk about that.
I get it.
One rounder as well.
I get it, but what I'm telling y'all is to us, it seemed like the one rounders. I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. What I'm telling you, what it looked like to us as the fans watching it, it looked like the one rounders had no weight.
It looked like they just didn't get no action, no promotion.
That's what it looked like. And I'm not saying that it didn't. I'm just saying what it looked like.
It just looked like it didn't get no.
Ladies, y'all completely left off Miami battling Beretta at Initiation 2.
I definitely was going to say that too.
Y'all didn't mention that at all.
That was going to be the point I was going to make.
I don't even like her. She put in.
I ain't gonna lie. Initiation 2 didn't count for nothing last year, unless you.
I definitely was going to come up here and advocate for Miami. I felt like she was.
Miami deserved to be up on there too.
I would say slighted. That's the word I want to say, but I think maybe overlooked. Even at 15, I think that would have been commensurate with.
I honestly feel like
I had her at 15, but I feel like Lola did make a good argument.
Shotgun Suge, right? That was the highlight of her year, and outside of that, did she do good? And do I personally enjoy Miss Miami? Absolutely. I watch every last single one of her matchups. Like, it don't matter what it is. I love her aggression. I love her wittiness with her bars and shit like that. But at the same time, her highlight was
I also feel like she was over.
But y'all still gotta take credit for mixing them.
I also feel like her performance was over critiqued. I feel like the way you all talked about her, well, not the panel. I'm not talking about the panel in large. No specifics about anybody. But she was over critiqued with respect to her performance. And if you listen to Miami, it's just how she talks. It's just who she is. As a person, and for her to think the word was for her to use a different voice, she wouldn't be herself. She would not be the Miami that we want her to be. Again, salute. I agree with the Shuni observation. I also agree with the official observation. I think both of those people deserve to be at different places on the list, and I also think that just as a fan observing, that Miami should have made that list as well.
I ain't gonna hold you, Doc. I had her at 15, but I do think Lola made a good argument with Chirac. I will say too that
over Miami.
Excuse me, Doc. I will say too that in Miss Miami case, I do understand where you were saying people was critiquing the way she is and her style, but I do also remember several people on the panel rebuttaling that, saying exactly what you were saying.
But my point is the over critique. Like, I feel like we all feel that way about a bunch of people. I wish this one would do this one or less of this. I mean, but I feel like it's a different weight when women are critiquing women for showing up however they show up. I'm just gonna put that as an observation. Finally, I think you all did a wonderful job. Ty, you are my panelist of the year. I appreciate the way you kept trying to bring people back to the criteria. I'm going to say this. I've been saying this for a while. Salute Jay Black for this award. I think y'all need a rubric. I think it's going to help you all be more discussant as you all deliberate just going forward. I don't know if there is one. I'm sure there's a manual because he's pretty thorough, but a rubric would definitely help. It'll help you weight battles based on a bunch of different criteria, and to the point that Du made during the deliberation, everything can be measured, and that's what weights do. That's another conversation for another space, but thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Hey, y'all, why KCJ light work way more heavy than Hustle's light work?
I don't
understand.
How did it weigh heavier?
I ain't gonna lie, the way that y'all talked about it when it got to Hustle and her light works, they was kind of like, all right, but it was light work. When it got to Casey, it was a strong argument.
I'm gonna tell you
what's Hustle number 2?
Maybe because I think that we were just with Arsenal.
Right.
You ever thought about that?
So
but I mean, respectfully, Hustle had Seed
had a
and
way better year
JC.
than Arsenal did.
Yeah,
we well know Hustle would do this advocacy for herself, but she can't join this space.
Respectfully, I did mention how Hustle 30 JC and probably ended him even being in the top 5. But I will also say that Hustle is number 2 on the list and she's above KCJ. So I don't even know why we even.
I think that was the part of it.
Well, like I said, the only reason I brung it up is because I felt like it was an argument and moving forward, and we're discussing that. I just kind of felt like even still, because at the same time, if you discuss that, if KCJ's light work counted as much as y'all said Hustle's light work did, then you pushing KCJ back up on the list.
You're talking about one singular light work, correct?
I'm talking about KCJ's light work compared to actually Hustle's too.
I'm saying you're talking about one singular light work, correct?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to 2 light works, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to go to my next battle and just fuck it up. I don't even care.
Yeah, but Hustle had 2 though.
But can we be honest? Can we be honest in mentioning that we weren't talking about Casey versus Arsenal as if it was a light work? Y'all was talking about how much weight it held.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
I felt like we spoke more about him taking out his phone and the impact. I felt like we talked more about the impact of that versus it just being like it's a regular 3-round battle. I think somebody used that as an argument for her impact, for like how he reacted to her rapping in that battle.
Awesome,
I was about to say, because I got a question with that.
And y'all said light works is like 90 seconds, so we don't know. You understand what I'm saying? If you
and I'm confused.
The goalpost the next time.
And how does him pulling out his phone count for her?
They don't count for it as much as a 3-round one-on-one matchup. They equip that right there. A light work is
got shit to do with
one of those rounds. So we can't hold it to the same standard. However, can we give somebody props for actually
he pulled his phone out and he count towards Casey?
All right, wait, I got a question though. I got a question. Somebody mentioned opponent proficiency in that battle. Like for an example, Casey and Arsenal. She cleared him whether he pulled that phone out or not. So,
yeah, we knew she was, and we all knew she was going to win going into the battle.
I'm trying to understand.
Right.
We all knew she was going to win that battle going into it. Hustle to be respectful.
Are y'all saying that was not a moment in battle rap history?
No, it was, but it wasn't a moment for Casey.
It was a moment. Just like Hustle had a moment. It was a moment for Casey J. We talked about that battle. That battle had impact.
I feel like Casey had a moment, but I don't think
30 and JC.
I feel like him pulling out his phone out didn't
both had impact from those battles. They just don't get weighed as heavy as a regular 3-round battle.
And what he's saying is the way y'all talked about it,
y'all talked about Casey's like it wasn't a light work.
Y'all played too much.
That's all he's saying.
No, I think that Hustle's light work hurt her in the argument against Jazz. That's it.
No,
so I think there's a lack of consistency.
No, I mean, as far as Jazz go, I respect that.
Hustle was going against Jazz in a sense, right? She had 2 light works. Jazz, oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. Jazz had just a edge over her. It is what it is. I don't feel like we were comparing Casey versus Hustle at all. So yeah, we gave Casey her props for her light work. We also gave Hustle her props for her light works. Like she did phenomenal and she cleared both of them. So obviously we gave her props for that. However, it was Jazz versus Hustle. So that's what we had to compare. And it was very obvious, once we did our number 2s, I had everybody pause, but I had everybody do their, run through their number 2 decision and who they had, just so we could be clear on who was, who had who where, because it's either 1 or 2.
So, yeah, but there wasn't consistency in the way y'all argued the criteria at all, though. Because it was like in one breath, like what Kel said, with the proficiency of the opponent. And when y'all was arguing for one person, it would be like, yeah, but so-and-so wasn't that good. So-and-so choked, whatever the case may be. But then with Casey, it would be like, yeah, but she beat Arsenal.
The debate. That's
right. Name.
I'm not going to hold you. That's all up to the debate.
One name might have more weight over another name.
We're trying our best to be consistent across the board. However, when it comes down to debating with somebody and trying to get your point across, you're arguing one point, they're arguing another point. You're sticking to that and they're sticking to something different. It is what it is. Like everybody has their own views and opinions on things. So yes, I get what you're saying. Like, oh, it's not no consistency. But in the moment of debating, what are your strong points that you're debating right now to get an edge over this person that you're debating or this group that you're debating?
Right. I know. I get what you're saying. Just from the viewers watching, we already said y'all got a difficult job, but from the viewers watching, when proficiency of the opponent works for one person but against another, it looks away.
Right.
It's still variables in every battle. Every battle, there's different variables to be considered, and
I think that got to be made clear though.
Like, if it's Arsenal, there's one way to look at it, and then if it's for like Robin Rhymes, then we're going to look at it in another way. And there's no way we can control.
That's a fact, though.
How
I feel like
there's no way we can control how you guys perceive.
That's the greatest part about the debate. Like, yes, we have our criteria. We all have our ways that we break down battles and rank these women and judge them and put them in order, right? However, that's also a part of the debate. Coming in there with your shit prepared and being ready to make all of your strong points. So whatever your strong points are, you need to bring those up in that moment.
No, that's a fact. I get it.
And I agree with that. And that's what I think was missing, some of the order of the debate.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably. And there was plenty of times and opportunities for people, like I said, to change spots. Every lady had the power to change the spots. It's just you have to figure out a way to articulate
that's halfway true. Because if the majority going with one thing, the minority got to concede.
Listen, nobody what happened with Nobody has to concede. You make a decision to concede, or you keep on fighting, and we draw it out, hung juries type of style thing. That's on.
Now, that part I agree with. I didn't, because I was in the comments like, Tata, don't concede, fight.
I definitely did. Nobody in this room can tell me that I did not fight and that I did not try these criteria.
No, you absolutely fall.
When it's 4-2-3, y'all keep asking this Yoshi question. When it was 4-2-3. We were outnumbered. We all tried to make our points to move certain people up. That didn't happen. But y'all pretending like y'all didn't watch that happen.
Right, like
I don't know about that part.
Y'all pretending like we had
I ain't
control.
pretending like I ain't see that happen. I don't know about that part.
I'm sorry.
Maybe somebody else
This tax season. She texting all y'all.
I'm sorry, with certain people where they were being placed, I was like, I don't know if anybody was paying attention to my body language.
It was a little bit of
shit.
being shown on
But
this
at the same time, in the art of the debate, when you lost the debate, you have to keep it moving. You don't always agree with each other. But again, like we spent 2 hours arguing for Shuni.
And we would have spent another 3 hours arguing about it if we would have kept trying to convince.
Because y'all needed to put Shuni in that top 5. Respectfully,
I agree with
that's why.
But how long y'all expect
how long y'all expect us to sit there and argue? We're not doing that because we'd have still been there right now. We're not doing that. We would have literally still been there right now. Everybody would have missed their flights, missed work, all that extra shit. Because we'd have still been arguing right now. That's all I'm saying.
Respectfully, I wouldn't have missed work.
However, we have to do things in a certain way where we run down the criteria and we take a vote and then we move forward.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Y'all like respectfully, I understand people's frustrations. We all sat on that panel with a different list. So we have some of the same frustrations that y'all do. But again, I will take y'all back to spaces that y'all been in talking about Woty, talking about Cody. You motherfuckers couldn't goddamn decide together. It's the same shit now. So, let me just say that. And also, where is y'all's top 15 list? I love to see those things posted.
Mine posted. Mine posted.
I wasn't on no Woty panel. I ain't got no list.
I would also love to see your list of battles that you watched and how many bar breakdowns you did.
Hey, I watched all them shit.
Yeah, I do.
Y'all did all that work and still got everything fucked up.
You got the right one.
Yeah, I do all
I blame
Tails. Y'all did all that work and still got everything fucked up.
We really didn't.
I don't think nobody watched
we really didn't.
almost 70 battles like I did.
Yes, y'all did.
Y'all
know Shuni belonged in that top 3.
We did a great job.
Every year, we're not going to make anybody happy. That's number one. We already know that. That's not going to happen. Can we
but
just
I feel
be
like for the
grateful
majority,
can we be
everybody is happy with
grateful?
where they're placed.
Yeah, can we be grateful
No,
that
we
this is
cannot.
happening?
Grateful for
Like,
what?
we
Because
should
it
though.
sounded like it
We
was
should
Shout
though
out to
because
Jay
it
Black,
wasn't
man.
No, we
happening.
cannot. It's
It wasn't
hilarious.
happening in 20 besides 2018 and
Listen,
2019.
I
I think we
commend all of
should.
y'all.
This year is the biggest bag that the ladies have. You know what I'm saying? I wish that everybody put all of this effort into the donations. Maybe we could have, built up a more.
We probably could have actually got to the 10K. How about that?
I'm just saying, like, we could complain now, and this is the space for the complaints. But I do feel like it's more of you guys are going more
because it wouldn't have been
negative
this much if she didn't ask for the bag to be raised. It wouldn't even.
I ain't gonna hold you. I seen people on the timeline didn't even know that the surveys went out and shit like that. So like,
yeah, if this would have got some more than that, they really would have been going off.
May I say another thing?
What?
I have another thing to say. As battlers, and you guys know that you're on these lists and there's a potential that you could be a winner, you could reach out to your fan bases. You know what I mean? All of those things matter. Reach out to your fan bases, have your fans donate for you, vote for you in the surveys, because that's what's happening. The Woty surveys went out 4 months ago. We actually got 144 donations. And then 3.5 people watching Woty. With thousands of excuses.
Which I said,
never picked up a camera to interview anybody. Never built a platform to make you guys shine. Never did anything. I'm just saying, we tried, we did our best, and I just feel like I don't give a fuck what y'all say about me because I'm used to this shit. I'm used to this culture. But I'm just thinking that y'all could definitely give the ladies on the panel a little more grace. You know what I mean? And gratitude. But y'all do y'all thing.
I appreciate you, do. Yeah, I mean, y'all can say what y'all want. You feel me? I was saying whatever I wanted. Y'all say whatever y'all want.
I'm gonna pay for the Woty next year.
Rita, check your inbox.
No, but you can't. I don't know how Don ladies.
Like y'all better fucking donate. Y'all know what it is. Like
respectfully, Don lady, you came up. Respectfully, you came up tonight. Or, well, it was aired tonight, so I'll just say tonight. But you came up. People love you. People want to see you. I think it was Wing who had you on the list. The only reason why you wasn't really in there is because you didn't have 2-3 round battles. And that's literally the only reason why, because you came back, you showed up, you showed out, and we appreciate what you do for the culture. Turn up. You got a whole, you got 3 quarters, Don. You got 3 quarters.
So like I said, when my lawsuit is over, I'm gonna pay for the Woty thing. Zoo, you was talking that was real crazy. So when that bag is put up and everything is paid for,
let me say this. Let me say this real quick.
Say it, J2. Say it. Hurry up.
For somebody to
you
win.
stupid, not hurry up. Nah, let me say this though, because dude did make a Don. Hold on. Look, I'm gonna say this. Look, dude said some real shit.
Yeah, we're not gonna be telling some shit.
Look, the dude said some real shit, and I'm gonna play the devil's advocate to the females. I think the females been putting in a lot of work. However, if you notice, the niggas that wanted to be on, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Somebody tell Kels to leave and come back. She the only one can't hear me. I will say this. Towards the end of the year, when it came time to Cody, these niggas, the males went on campaigns. Them niggas was going crazy because they wanted the Cody spot. I'm going to keep it a stack, ladies. The ladies didn't start piping up until tonight. So now we heard a couple of little arguments, but it wasn't crazy. And there's a reason why. Hold it down. There's a reason why the males have that type of energy when it comes to Cody, because they really want it. We did not hear as many females talking about Woty until tonight. So I'm gonna keep it a stack. Next year when it come back around, I expect for the ladies to have this same energy when they start talking about it again, just so that y'all can have that much more. Just that much more people tuned in. You can't expect to get the same results that the males are getting if you're not putting in the same energy. Now the battles y'all are, but as far as everything leading up to it, the females didn't do what the males did, so they're not going to get the same result.
So I agree with you partially, J2, because I also think a part of that is because the male race was a lot tighter. Like there was literally
the boss. What do them being tighter have to do with anything? Like, what are you talking about? First of all,
Shout out to Jay too, because I do feel like you made a good point. I feel like number one, I feel like we took too long to do Woty, right? So next year I think we need to rectify that and we need to get that together. However, I feel like there were some women going on campaigns. It just was too early. It just was too early. We weren't going to do it until, right now, the end of April. And it is what it is. So, shout out to the women who did campaign thinking that it was going to be a little bit earlier, but we wound up doing it later. Next year, hopefully we can do it a little bit earlier. Hopefully we can do it like the first week of March. The men do their thing like February. We could do ours the first week of March and get that out the way a little bit earlier in the year. But this year it did not work out that way. So, I feel like women did go on their campaigns. It just was too early.
We got 757 caution in the building.
I was about to say that we got caution in the building. How are you doing, and how do you feel about your ranking on the Woty list?
Hey, caution.
Move on for me.
What's going on?
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, J2, because you wasn't being ranked.
Honestly, respectfully, I'm honored just to be a part of what's going on. Like, it's my first year on a professional platform, and to be mentioned with all the GOATs and all the great women in battle rap that I've been fans of for years, like, that shit is amazing. I'm completely, grateful and thankful. I appreciate all the women that was on the panel that went and argued every point, took time out of their day, to go travel to whatever destination and all meet together to do that. I think that's super dope. Because that's not nothing that, is a part of y'all paycheck or job requirement. So I appreciate that for y'all doing that too, and what it means to the culture. Obviously, being a rookie in this, I have no complaints as far as my listing, because shit, I made it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have gave a damn if I was 15, bitch. I'm satisfied. But far as the vets go, I mean,
Just kidding.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to speak something nice about you. See what I'm saying?
Oh, go ahead. Come on.
You jumped the gun. You know what I mean? I'm the gun. Can't jump the gun. Nah, but respectfully though, I do understand these vets, such as Shuni, who has been putting in work for years in the culture, and especially making monumental moments after being in the game for so long, like she did last year. I mean, like, to be quite honest,
we only focused on 1 year and 1 year only, respect.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, like, but, cause that matters when we talking about the specific. Bro, you know what I mean? Some of these bitches ain't what they think they is. But then there are some that has been putting it down repeatedly over and over again, has elevated over and over again the culture and done monumental moments, such as Shuni. And her last year was phenomenal. So I can understand the arguments that people are putting in, for their placement. I stand behind the battle rappers because I'm a battle rapper and I'm in it in the culture. If a bitch feel like they should be higher, I ain't gonna knock them. But at the end of the day though, this is how the game go. This is what it is. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. And shit, I plan to be there next year too in that conversation. So that's what's up.
Thank you for your time, Caution. We do appreciate you. I feel like you had a great year. You definitely made great impact. I mean, everywhere I turned, we had to talk about you. Like, it was just no way around it. You had to be spoken about. I do want to also thank you for entertaining us throughout the year, because you were a pleasant surprise. Especially, just dealing with certain adversities, being a woman in battle rap in general. You definitely were a pleasant surprise last year. And again, thank you for entertaining us. And I'm glad that you're happy about where you were placed. I feel like most people are happy about where they were placed at this year. And you did a great job, phenomenal job. We just could not talk about you. And you won Rookie of the Year for Cody. Jay Black, you care to address why she did not get a Rookie of the Year for Woty?
Well, shout out to Caution 757. She definitely did got Rookie of the Year. She was paid out already too. You know what I'm saying? It happened at the Champion Year panel. That's still Rookie of the Year. So I addressed it. You have a blessed day. I'll go back to what I'm doing. Hey, listen, yo. I'm not rich, man.
Did you win a bet?
Hey, listen. Y'all went from saying I stole money to
did you win a bet? When you and Loso made a bet, did you win it?
That's still under, that's a lot.
I get Loso in here so fast.
I'm just saying, there's still things going on regarding that. It was a large lump sum, and, it's kind of heavy, you know what I'm saying? So, I'll leave that there. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm here.
Yeah, my bad, Caution. It's just he wasn't paying you twice. I don't understand what the problem is. I feel like he just won a bet versus Loso, and he should have just paid you twice. But
that's crazy. I mean, shout out to Jay Black. Shout out to Champion. I do appreciate what they did for me in the culture as well, mentioning me, and he did pay me for the Champion Rookie of the Year. Like, that's just dope. Like, y'all don't understand. I'm honored because, like, y'all are people that I've been watching, as far as the media go too with y'all. Y'all have helped me be in tune with certain situations, just as a fan. And then getting into the game and actually hearing y'all covering me and talking about, like, that shit is like I'm humble like shit. Like, bro, like, I don't feel no, you know what I'm saying? No, like, oh yeah, niggas better. Like, nah, nigga, I got work to do. I got a name I'm trying to put in. Like, shit, like, nigga, this is any given Sunday, any given battle day, your whole reputation can be ruined. You know what I'm saying? Nigga can come in here and say some shit, and everything you ever done in the culture don't mean shit to niggas. So, like, I'm honored. I'm trying to stay on niggas, positive side as far as my promoting and battling and performance goes. So I'ma just stay there with it with battle rap, you know what I mean? Facts.
Shout out to you. You're one of my favorite new people. You already know that, though.
I'm gonna kick her ass.
It sound good, motherfucker. I'm trying to be nice. Don't make me talk shit.
Good evening.
We have my twin in the building.
What's up, Dutch? How you doing, Dutch? You got any complaints or
birthday twin
you'd like to throw upon us?
Yeah, so first I want to start with
oh Lord,
I'd like to start with love. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that.
Shout out to the panel this year. Y'all did a good job in my opinion.
Listen, Dutch, on that bullshit. Get to
it. I'm saying? I wanna send extra love to my birthday twin Tata, cause you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Out of everybody, she had to be my favorite panelist this year. The consistency in her arguments, you know what I'm saying? Because, there'd be some inconsistencies with other panelists, you know what I'm saying? But Tata was probably the most consistent in the way that she argued for each of her, picks. So I appreciate that. And, I want to start with love and say that.
Thank you, Dutch.
Now to the bullshit. And I don't want to tear nobody down, so I'm going to be very respectful in this. Vixen didn't belong on this list at all.
That wasn't respectful.
Understand something, Dutch. Man, okay, when we got around 11, 12,
listen.
Hold up. When we got around 11, 12, I for sure was like, what we doing with Vixen? Everybody else was like, no, she can't be this low. Listen, she can be that low because she had 0 wins. What wins did she have?
Rita,
her resume was based off of her previous years.
Rita, I sent you a message about that because ain't no fucking way. All right. Respectfully,
I didn't get your message, but yeah, nah, I didn't see her being that high because
respectfully, I respect that, but then why is she placed where she's at?
Because
she has phenomenal performances against Titans.
All type tiers.
Wasn't enough pushback. It wasn't. That's the truth.
Crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Not you, Tata.
The Yoshi and Prestavia arguments preposterous to me, and I fuck with Yoshi. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with Yoshi. You know what I'm saying? Her year was not better than Prestavia's. Respectfully.
See, and it made it look like I don't fuck with Yoshi, and I don't like that because I do.
I agree.
I don't think her year was better than Prestavia's, and like I don't understand the argument of people saying, I don't know who exactly said it, but somebody was like, yo, you know, she didn't write material, like her material would have been better received in a small room. I don't agree with that. I feel like if shit is fire, it's gonna be fire.
Did you write her bars down, Dutch? Did you write her bars out?
Who, Yoshi's bars?
Yes.
Did I write her?
Nigga, that was a long silence. I'm sorry. Let me go back on mute.
No, I didn't write her bars down. I don't need to write their bars down. I'm pretty good at catching shit.
See, that's the problem.
Okay.
We have women
So her
on this
pen was
panel that
basically
are
way more
writing them
intricate,
down.
which is better in what kind of room or setting do you think?
I think that if it's fire material, it's gonna be fire wherever it's delivered. I think it's more.
Can I say something real quick? I'm not sure who's talking exactly, but are you a battle rapper, sir? That's talking.
I'm not a battle rapper.
Okay, so from a battle rapper, a rookie in this game who just did her first big stage, bro, it matters. I don't give a damn how fire it is. You have to write for a big room when it's a big room, and you got to write for a small room when it's a small room, and the location of where it is matters too. I'm learning that firsthand. I'm going to tell you right now, bro, because one thing I'm going to always do is make sure my pen is right, and I'm going to have clean material. I'm going to get through it. But that don't mean shit when the crowd wants to be entertained. The crowd wants to be entertained. They don't give a fuck how fire it is. It can't be ass, but it got to be entertaining.
There goes that word entertain again.
Yoshi
Oh my God.
did in that Prestavia battle, she schemed immaculately, and she schemed so much that it is very hard to catch in the building. So it sounds to a lot of people, because you might be able to catch the bars in the building, but we're not talking about just you because you are not the only audience. We're talking about everybody in the building. So she schemed at a elite high level. She lost the battle, but when I graded her performance, when I graded her, it's not as bad of a loss pen-wise, material-wise, on paper. Do I look at it as a bad performance for her? Absolutely. Do I look at it as a clear win for Prestavia? Absolutely. But when I grade Yoshi individually on her writing ability, it is very high because that material in that battle and a lot of her battles last year was very, very
But here's the thing. I never said she had bad material, right? I never said that. And I think that was, I don't know who was, asking me about that.
Dutch, I'm not going to lie. When I asked you about writing out material, you said that you didn't need to write it out. My point was a lot of these women on this panel write out the material.
You literally
You're
said that if the material was good, they would have caught it in the building. I'm telling you that her material was not for a big stage.
Dutch, were saying that
it is fire everywhere, but
needs to be written out.
It is fire everywhere, but it's a lot harder to grasp that material in a large room with a lot of people. I was there at that event. It was a lot of people. It was a lot of chatter. She schemed. She would have a scheme that'll go for 1 minute and 30 seconds because she's scheming one scheme into the next scheme into the next scheme. That is not as entertaining for a large crowd. So what I said was her material was fire and it would have hit better in a small crowd.
Was it better than Prestavia's material for the year?
Pen-wise in the second, absolutely. As a matter of fact, technical writing, because Prestavia did a lot of punching. I feel like a lot of that scheming and them doubles and all of that stuff and the wittiness that goes into it, Yoshi's round was crafted. it was a little differently. Like it was crafted a lot with a lot more intricacy.
And I get that.
But it was,
I get that. What I'm saying is,
second. A lot of people gave
I
her the
gave Yoshi
second.
the second. I didn't have her
she
getting
got
30.
that second.
But what I'm saying
she
is,
got that second. But in the building, and I was in the building. In the building feel, it did feel like she got bodied, and I was listening to her intently. Like, and I was like, damn, like a lot of this shit not hitting. Like I'm catching some of it, but on my watch backs, and I watched that battle back several times, and I do think that she did well. She just lost, but I think that if they were in a small room, Prestavia would have still been on fire. But I think Yoshi's material would have been received better. A lot of people would have been like, damn, no, she really in here cooking. You just couldn't see that in that setting. That's all I'm saying.
And I think perhaps in that small room, it might have looked darker because everybody would have been like, yo, Prestavia is really beating the shit out of this girl in this small room. Like it might have, that could have been the case as well. What I'm saying is simply this, right? I don't think it's...
Dutch, can we agree that in a smaller setting, people tend to listen a lot more intently? Like they tend to pay a lot more attention to what's being said.
But what does that have to do with the material?
That has a lot to do with the point that has a lot to do with the point that Lola is making. If all she was saying was that material that Yoshi wrote would have been received a lot better in a smaller setting. So that battle may have looked differently if it had occurred in a smaller setting. That material just was not made for a big stage, so it looks the way it looks.
But what I'm talking,
the optics are different based on the setting.
What I'm talking about is the material itself. Like, because I felt like y'all was trying to say like the setting.
And we told you earlier, you said that you wasn't really fucking with the material. You said no, you didn't say that. So which one is it?
I didn't say that her material wasn't good. I didn't say her material wasn't good. My problem with Yoshi in that battle was it didn't seem like she had any confidence. And therefore her delivery, her stage presence, all of the other shit that comes into winning a battle was off, so she lost. And it looked a certain way because Prestavia was looking like she was fucking glowing out there. You understand what I'm saying? But when I'm talking strictly on the fact of the material, it felt like y'all was saying, oh, if you write material, you know what I'm saying, for the big stage, you know what I'm saying, for the small room, and you perform it on a big stage, you know what I'm saying, like that matters. If we're talking about,
it's not even writing for a small room. It's writing. Bro,
you just had a battle rapper tell you it matters. I don't know. The small rooms and big stages are different for a reason.
Dutch, with all respect, Dutch,
you're not doing a bunch of performance bars in those small rooms.
We're not doing this.
Just
we're
like
not going back and forth with you.
It's not back and forth. Y'all not understanding what I'm saying. I'm talking about.
Dutch,
why are y'all?
I promise you, we're not going back and forth with you. Because now it's just going around and around and around and around. We're not playing Ring Around the Rosie. Tuz, what's up?
First of all, good evening. What's up, Ty? Shout out to everybody. I did watch the panel. I want to say you ladies actually did exceptionally well, all things considering. Like, as y'all explained, you have to kind of consider the pressure y'all have. With that being said, I know y'all said y'all wanted to go into a top 20. My suggestion is either keep it at 15 or go to 10 possibly, because you see how y'all were kind of scrambling to see who was going to be in the bottom, like
respectfully, we scrambled for the bottom 5 when we had a top 10. So what's your point?
Hi, Rita. Can I love you. Can I just finish my point? If you don't mind?
You can absolutely finish your point. However, in the previous years, it was difficult to come up with the bottom 5 for a top 10. So
correct.
If there's still more
my question to you,
should we not discuss those women? Should we just hold them out and go back to a top 10?
If it's hard to go for a bottom 10, why would you go for a top 20? Is my question.
It's going to be hard to go for the bottom 5 no matter what, is my point.
Right. So my point is, instead of extending it, why don't you shorten it?
Why would we not extend it when there's more women out here battling?
Because you just said it takes forever to scramble for a bottom 5.
It's going to take us forever, whether we got a top 30, top 50, it don't matter. The first 5 are always going to take a long time, is my point. It's always going to take forever to get through that first process. After that, it gets a little bit easier because I feel like people are more solidified in their resumes and the criteria, things like that. So it gets a little bit easier. However, that first 5, no matter what the number is, no matter what the number of the list is, it's always going to be difficult to get together that bottom 5.
It really gets difficult when you're enabling it to be interchanged. Honestly, when you're enabling,
should we not enable it to be interchanged?
I personally,
like, should we just let the fans vote on a bottom 5 and leave it at that?
If you let me finish, love, you'll understand where I'm coming from.
I'm not understanding none of it at all whatsoever. Okay. Just to be honest with you, it just don't make sense.
I get that. I get that. A lot of it is because you're talking over me, but
it's not. But I'm just telling you, a lot of it just don't make sense to me. But I'm gonna let you go ahead.
I appreciate it. So if you're if you're interchanging it constantly, you're rotating. You guys are gonna be, like you said, y'all will still be there. So if you ladies are coming to an agreement as to who's at this position, why are you constantly changing it? Once you get to a top 5 or a top 4 position, it's like, oh, well, let's put this lady on the list.
So you're saying that once we put somebody in a 15 spot, they should be locked in forever, they can't move?
Hold on, I was getting a phone call. What'd you say, Rita?
I said, so once we put somebody in a 15 position, they should just not move ever.
I'm looking at it. I'm honestly looking at it from a time constraint thing, and the reason why I'm saying that is because.
Why are you worried about the time? I'm confused. We gotta be there.
I was
going to say respectfully, we gotta be there.
That.
You don't, so I don't get why you're worried about the time at all whatsoever. Y'all sitting at home watching, and we actually have to be there for hours. So I don't get why the time is even a factor for you, unless it's a problem with you watching.
Well, no, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a problem with me watching. However, it's kind of just suggestions at this point, because you stated in the beginning that y'all will have 30-second periods. You guys went over the allotted time. So I'm just making suggestions so y'all could possibly get to your choices fast. So that's all I'm doing, love.
Respectfully, there's not really I'm not going to lie. We do say that. However, it's difficult to hold debates to 30 seconds. It's difficult. And no, we don't have a time clock. So yes, I do allow people to be able to make their debates clearly and thoroughly, and for a response to be given clearly and thoroughly before we move on. And I do try to hold it to a minimum, as people seen. Try to hold certain things to a minimum this year. We can't just allow the debates to continue. And also just trying to make sure that, hey, if we're going to switch something or move somebody, we got to fill this spot too. We can't just leave it empty, like little stuff like that. So I did my best with making sure that everybody got their points out. I really would hate for it to really be a 30-second thing and we got to cut people off.
Absolutely.
Then we're looking at classical debates like we're going to fucking school to be a lawyer or something like that. And I feel like everybody should get the ample opportunity to be able to voice their opinions, get out all their statistics that they would like to get out and make their point. So yes, sometimes things do get dragged out a little bit, but sometimes it has to be dragged out a little bit so that we have clarification.
But it does, and I totally agree with that. But it's to the point to where it starts to seem like you're talking in circles, if I'm making sense. You get what I'm saying with that? It's like, with the whole Shuni, where Shuni should have been. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I'm not.
Did you not visibly see me frustrated because we was all talking in circles? I seen
everyone. I seen everyone visibly frustrated. However, this is and then again, you're opening this up for people to help give you suggestions. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I was doing that respectfully. I wasn't opening this up for people to give suggestions. Okay. I was opening this up for people to air their grievances and not give suggestions. Respectfully,
air their grievances.
Want to give suggestions, but that's not what this was for. And yes, we will go back to the drawing board and fix things. We've done that in the past. If you look at year 1 as opposed to this year, things have been shifting and moving, and things have been moving along. So yes, things need to be worked on. However, this space right now is not for suggestions.
Okay, it wasn't. I was airing my grievance, but then you started debating it. But I mean, that's neither here nor there, to be honest. I didn't come here to argue with you or anything like that. But I personally, like I said, I personally enjoyed it, thoroughly. Ty, Lola, y'all definitely did y'all thing. Everybody, all the females did their thing. Placement wise, again, whether we all agree, disagree to the list, like you said, this is like not a job that everybody can handle. Everybody has pressure for. I know y'all was just talking about, performance and everything like that. I just want to say to that, like, basically, like, as battle rappers, these ladies know what they're signing up for. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're on the big stage or little stage, they know what they're signing up for. They know what stage they're going on. Just like Caution said, like, it matters where you are. Like, just like y'all kind of took away with Miami. Well, not all of y'all, but Miami was aggressive towards Suge, and everybody's like, "Oh, she needs to tone it down. She needs to tone it down." This is battle rap. Like, she does not have to do that because
I don't think they were just speaking on their performance. That's the thing. I feel like there were certain people who loves her natural aggression, which is how she is in every battle. And then there are some people who do not like it. So I think it was just an overall thing. It wasn't necessarily speaking on that one matchup.
No, I get that, but that wasn't my point. What my point was when Yoshi spoke about with performance, I was going back to when it was stated how Miami is, and I said, however, with her performance with Suge, she needed to perform like that. Whether
she performs like that, whether it's Suge or whether it's me.
And that's my point.
At the end of the day, it's one of those things. That's just how she performs. And again, it was an overall thing. Some people like her performance in general overall throughout the year, and some people do not like the overall aggression. So it wasn't just a one battle thing. People may have touched on certain points in that one battle, but it wasn't just a one battle thing. It was more so her aggression overall.
Yes, and I agree with that. But the correlation was to the performance on a big stage or a little stage. What I'm saying is when certain people that you battle, you have to match a certain caliber. Like I said, if she toned it, and I'm personally speaking for me, not if y'all said anything, if she would have toned down her performance or whatever and not been Natural Miami versus Suge, how do you think that battle would have went?
Why would she tone down her performance?
I'm not saying she would, love. I'm saying if she
respectfully
did.
I don't get what you're saying because you're making up stuff, and here we are talking about if, ands, and buts.
What am I making up?
However, what did she do? What
Rita,
she does?
what am I? What did I just
about
make
if,
up?
ands, and buts says respectfully.
No,
I get all your points, and I respect all your points, but we're not here to talk about if, ands, and buts. We're here to talk about what actually occurred on the panel. We're here to talk about things that happened on the panel. We're not here to critique the panel. We're not here to strategize for next year. None of that. That's not what we're here for. We're here for people to air their grievances about what was discussed on the panel.
And I did just that. I literally just did that.
I think you just said clear as day, like you're giving suggestions on what we should do next.
I did give suggestions, and then I moved on.
That's a little bit more than a grievance.
And then I moved on into what you guys were just discussing before me.
And you're bringing up if, ands, or buts. Like, we're not talking about if, ands, or buts. We're talking about definites and what literally occurred.
So what? Go ahead, dude. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I'm not mad at any suggestions some of the listeners may have. I think Doc Petty said we needed a rubric. The boss made a couple of suggestions about what we could do for more organizational skills. I do agree with getting organized a little bit more. I think maybe the criteria... I think the criteria probably could be broken down a little more, honestly, because there's a lot of variables we're not considering. So I'm not mad at Tess.
I'm not mad at him either, but I'm like, that's just not what we're here for. I feel like some of the points that he's making are valid. However, that's not what we're here for tonight. Like, we're here to talk about what actually happened, and we're here to talk about what was said on the panel and things like that. And I feel like he's kind of taking it in a different direction of, here's what I think you guys should do next year, or this is what I think. And I get that, but
in reference to Miami, I think from what we talked about on the panel, it's a preference with her. Either you like her or you don't.
And that's what I said.
I like Miami edgy. I like what she brings to the performance. I even enjoy myself when her and Stamp was going back and forth during the round, but that's me because I feel like that comes with Miami's brand. I'm used to it. I like it. I like her very raw and edgy. A lot of people don't like it, and I think that was the discussion on the panel.
Yeah, it was her performance overall thing. It wasn't just a singular battle type of thing. It was overall, how do you feel about her performance? Well, I feel like she's too aggressive. I feel like I love that aggression that she brings. So, and she's that way all across the board with every matchup.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I said on the panel, I love what Miami does, and I don't want her to change. I think, but that's Miami, even when she's not battling. That's just who she is as a person. So the believability